3,000.
Hi, hello, we're here. Thank you guys for coming by and hanging out. We're here to play the non-video video game. Um,
The
Last week
tabletop
was a
game.
very emotional week for some of us not so much. Um, but as a recap, you guys went ahead and began to clear a building where some Vlaka were hiding out in exchange for some portable recharging stations. So that way you guys didn't have to worry too extreme about your armor and your protections while you guys are traveling some extensive distances. Um, as you guys walked in, um, everyone being stealthy, quiet, reserved individuals, Denver then pushed open the door and yelled, "Anyone home?" and began to walk in. Um, as you guys went up to the second floor, you guys met some of these swarm individuals that were inside. Multiple of the insect like, um, almost dog entities, as well as two um, swarm bipedal individuals that also had guns. As you guys were relatively quick at taking down a large majority of them, one individual swarm kept making its way through the back line and biting individuals, getting people poisoned. Um, and Denver was one of those individuals, and suffering from uh, radiation poison at the same time. Did give them a issue when it comes to fortitude saves and constitution saves, stuff like that. Um,
I feel good.
sorry. Uh, you ended up, after combat was over, Ferrex and Denver both were practically on the doorstep of death by poison. Ferrex was able to go ahead and pull through. Denver, on the other hand, was not so lucky. Um, After some time, you guys got the entire area secured and told the Vlaka to go back to their pack and let them know that they were saved from you guys, or saved by you guys, I should say. Um,
It's never too late.
exactly, it's never too late with this group. You never know if it's from or by half the time. Um, you guys took a moment and began to rest, recharge the batteries, and warm up next to the fire as the Vlaka gave you guys two backpacks just full of wood and other burning materials for you guys to try and stay warm as you guys begin to wait out the poison that Ferrex is trying to overcome currently. Or I guess quite a bit of the party is still technically poisoned. They're just not um, advancing down the track any longer. Um, that being said, we will go ahead and start with Denver. It is completely black all around you. Um, it's felt like you've been here for a very, very long time.
Mm-hmm.
Off in the distance, you see half of a porcelain mask beginning to float towards you.
Which half of it is? I'm assuming that it's the curse mask. Is it the light
That's
half or
correct.
the dark
It's
half?
the half that you had.
Okay, so it's the light half. Got
Yes. Um, as you get closer and closer, or as it gets closer and closer to you, it gets larger and larger. As there's no body attached to this mask, but it's almost like looking up to like a 25-foot mask that's just floating overhead. And now that it's closer, you can actually see there's two halves to this mask. It was just so far away you couldn't see the dark half of the mask that was also connected that Sunny received.
it. Fun. I'm gonna look around. Sunny's not here, right?
Correct. Sunny is not here. It is just you.
Okay. Okay.
And you've been standing in the same spot. You may have tried to roam around, but it doesn't seem like anywhere you went, any distance actually closed. Um, and it feels like it's been months inside of this blank space, into this abyss. Um, as it sort of gets closer and finally stops before you, looming over, you hear echo in the surrounding. We're not done yet.
Hey, no, no disrespect. I don't know shit about shapes when it comes to y'all, but feels pretty done. I mean, I felt my insides boil, and now I'm here. Like I'm 90% sure that's dead.
State of mind. As it sort of just all echoes around.
I mean, that's fair. That's fair. And we're 100% sure this ain't just some bad trip, right?
That is depending on you.
Cryptic. All right. I like it. I, and I do apologize. This is my first time talking to some otherworldly being that's like potentially a god or some crazy spirit. Uh, do I bow? Is that am I supposed to curtsy? I don't understand.
Just no response.
All right. So, what do you want?
It's not time yet. It's not time to be collected.
All right. Then what time is it? Because I mean, a watch don't work around here, and it seems about 6 months past the time that I should have been alive if it wasn't my time.
Once again, it's your choice. It can be your time or you can fight for it. But you need to decide now.
I mean, I I ain't done driving real fast. There are plenty of planets I still need to go to and break several speeding laws on. So if you're giving me a choice, like stay or go, I'd rather stay. And by stay, I mean going back to my body because I don't think this is I don't think this is actually my body. Nah, I wouldn't wear shoes like that. Those are dumb shoes.
A few moments go by, and you almost feel like the both of you traverse a large amount of distance as you're sort of flung through the air towards the mass as the mass travels with you, and you see the scene of Castrovel from space looking down over the planet. You're not ready yet. What's your bargain?
Wait, like like I gotta pay to go back? Because
It's not
that's gonna be
free.
a little awkward. That's gonna be. I ain't got money. See, it's all tied up in cryptocurrencies and investments, and really, I don't even handle my own finances. That's all auto. I'll tell you what though, I could. Now, there's way outside chance. Y'all want to learn how to drive real fast? I can teach you. It's real good.
Is that your offer?
Well, give me a second. Hold on here. Denver kind of takes a second, deep breath, turns around, like puts their back to the mask, thinking, doing a little bit of math, and turns back around and goes, "You know what? That was a joke, but this ain't. I spent my whole damn life dedicated to what the hell is gonna make me go fast. I got a whole lot of knowledge up here in this brain about what goes fast, why it goes fast, and how to control it. I will trade you that knowledge and some of that ability that goes with it to be back in my body for just a little bit longer."
Make a diplomacy check
Because I'm so
with a
good at those. Damn it.
+5.
Oh, with a +5 shit. Okay. It's a 19?
All right. With as you begin to zoom away from Castrovel and you see yourself flying through the drift, mask next to you sort of flying through, you see the dragon pop up, look right at you and the mask, and then go back into the side of the drift wall, almost
When that
acknowledging
dragon pop
that you exist.
when the dragon pops up, Denver puts up karate hands. It's like, "Whoa, hold up."
It almost sounds like it lags for a moment, and then you get flung forward again to the point of where you exit the drift, and you see the same solar system that you exited to when you entered into the vast. You get closer and closer to the planet, closer to the planet's surface, closer and closer, where you are now hovering over your body. You see the sort of the group put a fire. You see Kali and Freedom 11 recharging their suits. Otto is off by himself, sort of just laying. And the rest of the group is sort of just sitting, trying to understand. Those memories, those abilities will be gone. And something will be replaced. You'll know it when you find it. And if you fail, well, it won't be the first time you felt that burn inside.
That's not ominous at all. I look like directly at the mask, just like, "All right." I literally have nothing else to lose. So, how do we do? Do I just like hop back in there? Do I put my? Is it like a skin suit? Do I gotta go get dressed? Like,
Um, a few more moments go by, and you begin. The mask sort of rushes towards you. You jump a little bit, and when you jump, everyone surrounding Denver sees Denver's body jump back to life. Their breath takes their chest and raises up.
I am gonna just basically bum rush him and put the barrel of my sniper in his face and ask, "Who the fuck are you?"
I'm gonna
I
script
have
stop
a
him
real,
right there.
I have a real question. Am I still at only able to take purely mental actions?
No, you are weakened. Um, you are at 1 HP, no stam. You are no longer the ace pilot that you were.
Gotta
You
go
do
kind of
have
fast.
you do have a new theme of being death touched.
Welcome to the club.
And you now have Otto aiming a gun at your face.
It's not even like kind at your face. Like you could feel the barrel touch your forehead.
Just like, I'm just already like, oh shit, what the? Oh god, I'm like smacking it away. Ah, get that shit out of my face. Why are you looking at it like that?
Are you an imposter?
Mine imposter bullshit.
Say something only Denver would know.
I'm broke as fuck.
What? We all are. Do something better.
What are the 3 rules for life?
Oh shit, like.
No, I was agreeing. Like I was making noise to agree. Like give me that.
Oh, okay, yeah. Get paid, get like Gatorade, baby.
All right, I holster it and I hug you.
Oh damn! All right. Hey. So don't try the poison. It's not
no
good.
shit.
First thing you notice, Otto, is they are cold to the touch. Not just because like they were in an environmental suit, and like a fire was nearby, but like their hands and like you can feel sort of like the cold come off of them, where it typically was a little bit more warmer from being a tiefling, but they are cold to the touch.
I'm gonna kind of like raise his arm up so he's like kind of like this and like kind of touch him like, what the fuck are you so cold? Are you a zombie?
Can I
don't think
use? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was gonna make a dumb joke, but luckily we don't have any paladins in this group, but it's fine.
Can I use my perception to recall knowledge about negative energy?
Of
And
course.
undead. It's my theme knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
You
So
say
reduce the
Everybody
DC
know
by
that.
5.
yes.
19.
From being on the ship, the Eoxian ship for some time, Domino, you did see that the ones that they did bring back, the ones that were labeled death touched, they're not undead, but just actually brought back to life through some sort of either positive or negative energy. But it does have some lasting effects that you do know from experience.
By the way, Death Touch is not a DC reduction like other themes. It's just I can use perception rather than mysticism to recall knowledge.
Okay, it's still plenty of time or plenty of. Yeah.
I eke my way over to Denver, hold out my hand, kind of like to help him up or to greet them once again, like. If you're tired or if you're done with your nap, we have some trouble.
All right, I'll take Domino's hand, kind of stand up.
Zombie or not, you look like shit. And Zerat will go ahead and touch you and heal up 20 hit points.
Oh, that's HP health, like HP.
HP health.
Not okay.
What's everybody looking at? We got shit to do.
Are we still affected by the poison? Like, am I still weakened?
Yes, so it's for each level you will need a day of rest to reduce that down.
Whale Cap, we ain't really going anywhere until I feel better. And I, unlike my friend here, will not be turning into a zombie. So I had to just fucking deal with this.
Hey, anybody checked on Rick's? I know that he weren't doing too good when I went down.
We're good. I gave him $50 worth of medicine and he used none of it.
Well, he used all of it. It just wasn't successful in the treatment.
Yeah, he threw it in the trash pretty much.
Well,
Was
I mean,
Rick's cured from the poison?
Yes, Rick's. Well, they got they did the 2 saves, to cure themselves of it. They still have the effects of it, but they are cured from said
They're
poison.
They're not gonna die.
Correct.
They're not gonna die anytime soon.
Well, that's to be determined. let's
want
slow
you
the
to
roll
know-
on that one a little bit.
I just want you to know when I got home and took my shower, I did not expect Denver to actually come back. So I was trying to figure out my broody actions for the rest of these next couple sessions. And that's all out the window now. You brought it back.
you're welcome.
You never know what's gonna happen. Don't try and plan ahead.
This has
You
been
brought
the
him
longest
back.
week. This has been the longest week. After our session last week, Bruce was like, "So I'm going to give you a chance to bargain for it," and I'm like, "Hell, okay. What does Denver have that anybody wants?" Like,
Your soul.
The devil went down to Georgia.
Yep. More or less.
Yeah, I know. I really wanted to just cut in when you guys were talking, but like, fucking challenge him to like a guitar duel or some shit.
How about you
A
race
race.
me?
Challenge him to a race.
I thought about it. I'll race you for it.
Yeah, I gave Ian some homework because like you have a week to figure out what do you think is worth coming back, or what this individual might think is worth coming back to.
So I gave them something that Denver absolutely loves.
Loved, you should say, because it's gone from you, the
Rest in
knowledge.
peace.
Anyway, but yes, those of you guys who were not here last week, we did discuss a little bit about poisons. Ferrix is, I think, 4 levels deep. So for each one of those increments to wear off, they need a full day of rest. You do have enough to, enough warmth, like fire and stuff like that, to camp out here due to the Vlaka giving you their stash. If you guys want to crash here for 4 days or whatever you guys would like to do, but just sort of let people that weren't here last week sort of also jump in on the whole poison conversation.
If I can make a suggestion, it might not be safe to stay here. The swarm may already be on their way.
10-4, are you going to carry me?
I can carry Rick's. I mean, we're not going to go fast. I'm also feeling a little bit buzzed from the poison.
Buzzed from
Yeah, if we
Well,
can get back to
We could tippy toe through the snow, but I rhymed. That was awesome. But there's really nothing that I could really do. I'm encumbered. There is no moving for me.
How
I can
far-
I'm not super strong, even though I'm a little droid-like, but still working on these new muscles.
10-4. We'll order some more servos for your biceps.
good.
How far was the safe house? It was like a few hours away.
Yeah, it was 3 hours normally.
It's roughly at this point about like, 3 hours, because you guys just went down the street a little bit. So, 3 hours at a, like, because you guys were sort of just trucking through at like a normal pace. You guys weren't trying to be stealthy or anything like that, until you guys got into the city. But so roughly about 3.5 of you guys try to stealth around the city, make sure you guys aren't getting caught, and then 3 hours once you leave the city and go to the safe house.
So say took at least double that. We need to travel by sunlight. I don't know, maybe just switch to a different building and camp out there, or we could stay here and stay watch or keep watch. At least it's warm.
I feel like we have to stay here at least one day.
Yeah. If we stay here, I can leave my gear here and not be encumbered, and I could pull security around the building and just keep all eyes out. Push come to shove, people start coming. We leave the gear, come back for it later.
I need a minute to, deal with leaving my body, then coming back to my body and figuring out what the hell's going on. But I mean, give me a day, and I should be all right. In which
Can I-
case, yeah.
Do you have a hankering for flesh?
Only yours, baby.
That's Denver.
No.
Um, so you guys go ahead, rest for the day. Everyone who is poisoned may take one level away from that tier.
Feels good.
I am back to normal, boys.
Gonna say
In Denver.
my radiation poisoning and the strength poison are gone for me. Then
That is correct. Let's see here.
we got that long rest, right?
Yes, long rest. So you guys get your stamina back. You guys get spells back. You guys get a couple hit points back. I think it's 2 times con, right? Is that what we decided last week?
I think it's
You
your
know,
level.
I always forget.
I went from 21 health after the healing that Zerat gave me. After the long rest, it calculated me back up to 25. So I got 3.
21.
Is it half your level or whole level?
Should just be a level if you went from 21 to 25, right?
Checks out.
Yeah, so that's
Should just
4.
equal
So
your
you get
your
HP back
level worth
instead
of
your-
HP back per day.
Mhm.
You are no longer feeling weakened. You're still not feeling quite fully back to yourself, Denver. But there's gonna be like no side effects or anything like that as far as like conditions or anything. Just to let you know. But yeah, you indeed are back. Everyone, you have got some time. What do you guys would like to do?
Well, you know what I'm doing.
Yeah, that's true. Go ahead and roll a perception for me.
I was like, I want to
Do
the building.
you want me to roll my profession?
You could also roll your profession. That'll work as well.
Is it the same? It's the fucking same. Uh, it's got the same amount of points. It's 26.
Okay. All right. Are you staying on the second floor and just sort of pathing on the first or second floor? Or are you wanting to path down to first as well?
I'd mostly just be checking, looking on the outside, making patrols around the outside, looking through the windows. I'm not really paying attention to the inside. I'm assuming
It is
my,
boarded up.
my
So are you?
teammate-
I'm assuming you're taking the boards off.
I would take some just for slits.
Okay. You go ahead and start your patrol. What does everyone else like to do?
We need to talk about leaving now.
Sleeping.
Leaving and sleeping.
Some point during the long rest, Zerat was going to walk or float. No, I walked. Walk to Denver and
Alright.
pull out a little blue mega vitamin. This is cool blue flavored. I figured you might want that as your first thing back.
Hell yeah, cool blue flavor. Bet it tastes awesome. Thanks, bud.
You're welcome. Could I ask you a question?
I mean, I already been dead. Shit, ask me anything.
That's the question. What
All right.
what was it like on the other side?
So at first, it was like my entire insides turned to lava, and that was awful. I think that's the poison's doing. And I was just out there. Next thing I know, it's been 6 months, and I just been standing in this big old black void, and I'm just like, what the hell? If this is what eternity's like, that sucks.
6 whole months?
That's what it felt like anyway. How long we been? We haven't moved since the fight, right?
You were gone out for like 5 minutes, maybe, if that.
Damn. Yeah, that was like it felt like forever where I was. Either way, all right. next thing I know, that big old spooky mask that split between Sonny and I came and talked to me and was like, "Hey, you want to go back?" I was like, "Hell yeah, I ain't done driving fast." And it was like, "Well, what'd you give me to go back?" And I said, "I don't know. You want to know about spaceships?" And they said, "Fucking bet." So I taught them about spaceships, I guess, and now I'm back.
Seems good. Good, I guess.
Yeah, it was.
The mask saved you.
It kept saying that we weren't done and that it was too early. So I think eventually the mask is going to come back and actually take me. But I choose not to worry about that right now.
Only do what we can do now, and then do what we can do in the future, and nothing that has already been done can be redone in its place.
You know, that was a little garbled. And
You can't change the past, is what I'm saying. So only
yeah,
the
no,
future is.
no, you said it right. No, I followed. It was a little garbled. It was a little topsy turvy, but I liked it. It was eloquent and poetic.
I'm glad you're
Yeah.
not gone.
You know what? Me too. What sucked to be dead? It sucked being dead. I can tell you that. I was born as shit.
Yeah, 6 months seems like a long time to do nothing, especially if you're Denrell last name.
Or,
I'm sorry.
Rel
Rel.
is my last name.
Oh, man.
It was close. Den Alvarez is my first name.
That's it.
Yeah,
And
Den,
it will-
Den Alvarez. That's why people just call me Denver.
All right, I'll talk to you later, Denny.
Dan,
Danny's.
we're gonna have to talk about that, but I'm not opposed.
It's a new you.
Gonna get some
New-
pancakes.
Hey, all you can eat, baby. That's me, Denny's.
I'll show you a grand slam.
Hell yeah.
Where's my cane sword?
Where's my cake? They'll just be happy my name ain't Waffle House.
Denver's back.
Bring back the lettuce. Bring back the lettuce.
Yeah. Hey, Zerat, I have a question for you before you go.
Yes.
The mask wanted to know, what's your stance on lettuce and what's your favorite kind of lettuce?
Hey, Denver, make a fort save for me.
Still poison.
The poison's burn.
So radiation's made its way.
Yeah.
I have never met a person who hates salad so much.
Well, I come from the frozen side of a planet, so I'm partial to iceberg.
I come from the
Yeah.
land down under.
I love that. Hell yeah.
Hate it here.
Yep.
All right.
If I recall correctly, there was a couple of humanoid swarms with actual weapons on them.
Their weapons were their attached, like their arms were the guns.
Oh,
Bioweapons.
Yeah.
Rip them off.
rip 'em off. Could sell these somewhere.
My action throughout the day, by the way, I want to use what's the word for it? It's pretty much just like
Workout.
super lounging. Like gain health back from it, I believe.
Can you use downtimes while resting?
I
Yeah.
don't.
Oh, I thought that's what we were
think
doing.
so.
That's my bad.
Downtime's usually like a 24-hour, like a whole day.
Yeah,
type
I figured that since we were taking another, are we taking another day or is this?
I think that's what the conversation is going to.
Okay. That makes sense. Then never mind. I do want to kind of look across the space to wherever Kylie is and just go, "Hey, Kylie,
Yes.
now answer me this for real, because I just died and I don't want to die not knowing this for real."
Riddle me this, Batman. Sorry.
Right, riddle me this, Batman. And now legally you got to tell me because I just died and came back, so that's the law.
I don't think that's how that works.
I'm 100% that's how that works. I had a buddy. He died once, came back. I had to tell him anything he wanted to know because that's the law. We're certain you ain't no spy.
We already discovered that I was not a spy.
All right, cool. You know, Fuzzy from being dead, so can't hold that one against me.
I won't hold anything against you.
Hell yeah! All right, cool. That's all I needed, and then I'm gonna just meander about.
All right. The rest of you, did you want to go ahead and gather up and discuss plans going forward?
How's my patrol?
You go and are patrolling around, looking out through the buildings. You don't see any sort of tracks outside, including the Vlaka prints that you would have been there if or when they left. So there, I guess, has been either snowfall or there's been snow that's moved from night going into day. But you don't see any sort of tracks at all.
All right, I'll head back to the group. All right, guys. After patrolling for fucking forever, because I need my thoughts. I don't see shit. It is dead out there.
I definitely think we need to get moving. Either
Can this
mean-
dude move yet? Even assisted?
maybe we can carry him.
Who?
Rick.
I think she's looking at Rick's. Rick's is looking real bad.
The dude who, looks a little fucked.
Is he conscious?
Is he conscious?
I'm here,
Oh, you can talk?
Feeling real good.
I'm just gonna give him the knife hand. I did my best. Just
Does anybody have any smelling salts or?
I could probably walk. And you see him try to get up, and he like slips, and then he tries to get up again, and then he just gives up.
I'm pretty good at making some makeshift shit, do-it-yourself technology crafting, and there's snow outside. We can make a sled and pull this boy.
So I'm on board for the sled plan, but you know what? I'll bring it up after. Let's figure this out. This is not important. Sled plan. Yep, I'm down.
Let's do it.
All right, I'm gonna
Who-
start
who-
pulling some stuff.
Who has spacesuits?
Engineering?
Anybody who's got spacesuits on? Who's good for winter?
I got an extra spacesuit. Like I'm wearing my armor, but I got a spacesuit in my bag.
Who needs protection?
People who don't want to die?
What's the
this
weather
the-
situation?
A rhetorical
Um,
question or
Is this a trick question? I'm a little confused.
I'm
Hey,
trying. I'm trying.
It is a wonderful, warm, negative 32 degrees outside. Nice and sunny. So hope you have environmental protections.
Thrawn, come here.
What's up?
I,
Do you need a burrito? You look like you need a burrito.
do we have any?
No. That's just a statement on your demeanor.
A burrito would be nice right now.
I'll see if we can rustle up a burrito.
I mean, I got some rations. We can make like a ration burrito.
There you go.
But no, I have this new spell. I was thinking about it while I couldn't move.
That's when you have your best ideas. That's
Um,
why we used to lock you in the locker
Yeah.
when we
the
needed
think,
to figure out how to get out of class.
the think tank. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a literal tank that I just would think in.
Yeah.
No, it protects us from all this flurry stuff. But it only protects 4 people
Well,
for 4 days.
4 days?
Yeah,
Okay.
but I can't stack it.
That seems pretty good. Who needs a vacation?
I'll let you figure that out.
Yeah, well, let's
And I just go back to sleep.
go. Okay. All right. Bye. All right, how's the sled looking?
What
Well,
did
did you see the message?
No, what did you roll on that sled?
A 33. I got a nat 20.
Okay. It is a very, very a good sled. Um,
Can I find some rockets so it propels itself?
you can find
Yeah.
rockets. They don't work, but you found them.
You just found an
Sweet.
actual sled and then made it better.
Right. No, I mean you find, especially with a lot of the material that Vlaka gave you for burning, you are able to go ahead and put in a very good sled. It does not propel itself, as you cannot find any sort of electronics that seem to be working currently.
Are
Also,
there any
with my
sails?
Tinkerer skill, your DC that you made up is a -5. Oh, that 33 is even a bigger deal.
It's a big deal when the DC is 15.
10 now.
I mean, if you double it, I'm just saying.
You make a really good sled.
I feel
It's
like
got
I've just
spikes
created an
on it.
AI that likes snow at this point and is now just part of the team.
Yep.
Yep. I'm going to bring the sled to Domino and be like, here you go.
Sled.
Otto, is this sled self-aware? It's looking at me. It's
It-
looking at me funny.
It might be.
On accident, if
Hello.
it is, but
I took a lot of time on it.
My name
Too
is
perfect. I break it in half.
Again.
Again. In game, it did take maybe like 30, 45 minutes to put the sled together. Not anything
Oh.
crazy.
Hell yeah.
Free androids. I am Sled.
As you guys prepare to put Rix inside of this sled, I guess Domino's probably the one pulling the sled.
Yeah. That's why I gave it to him.
Let's talk bulk.
What's the bulk of a
Let's-
person?
Let's talk strength
Three.
modifier. How about that?
Currently
Let's talk the
carrying-
quality of this sled.
I'm currently carrying 5 bulk on top of my already
Bulky personality.
100 and something pounds.
I mean, I can just like, I don't know. Can I put some of my gear on the sled as
Yeah.
well, like my shield?
Just put it on top of me.
Just hold this. I think
You're
you're
muted.
muted there, Freedom.
You're right.
You can't mute freedom.
Mm.
It's America, baby. You can't mute shit. Here we go.
Orca.
I weigh 165 pounds.
Cool. I only have one
So-
bulk, but my modifier for strength is a +1, so I can help.
We have.
I'll push it.
I got
I'm
+3
also on
strength.
the sled.
Just because I just don't want to walk.
I tease. I mean, I got on it for a little just for fun, but then...
Right, for kicks and giggles, and then you're like, oh wait, people are actually moving. Domino, go ahead and make a strength check.
18.
18. What's your speed?
20 with armor.
With an 18, you can go ahead and pull the sled at like 15, so it's just a 5 speed hindrance on you. But it pulls pretty well. The snow is actually pretty nice for it. You're not having to pull on concrete or whatever the street was made out of.
There's actually no snow. We're just pulling it through like grass. And mud.
Exactly.
Damn it, Denver. Otto.
Whoever
Man,
made
we
the
don't
sled.
see.
I need to point out that when something goes wrong, it's not always just me and Ott's fault. All right. Sometimes it's both of our fault. I ain't seen nobody fuck up like we do yet.
With you guys going at the reduced speed, to head back, it is going to be more closer to like 4 hours to get back to the hideout. Are you guys trying to go around this city stealthily, or what's the vibe here?
Before we head out fully, maybe we should check that building with the Vlakas. Maybe they left. Or...
We're headed back to get our power bank, right?
We have the power bank.
You guys have both
We
of
have
your portable. You guys were getting on the way, clearing out the, more or less like loading station for a truck. Is where you guys were on the way to, and you guys stopped here to, free these people and then move forward.
Oh yeah, we need to go get our truck. I mean, not right now, but
Some point.
Just, I'm 90% sure I can still drive real good. So whenever we get something, I got you.
Do you remember how to drive?
Yeah, you hit the button, microwave oven, that easy.
So how about while we're in town, we go turn in our mission. Since once we do that, we're probably not going to visit this town again for a little while.
Mm.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
I mean, if civilization is still, there.
Yep, gotta move on and get all the packs together.
Or maybe we can split up. A couple of us get the truck while the rest of us head out to the hideout.
I look at our disheveledness and I'm just like, I don't know about that.
Just throwing out the option.
I'm just
I
looking,
mean, I'm 100%.
looking down at the sled and looking over at Denver and just like, I don't know about all this.
I mean,
I think we stick together.
I'm just about 100% now. Like, I ain't poisoned no more. The only thing I'm missing is 3 HP. So
Yeah, no, you're fine.
Maybe we can stop and get the keys, but I think having a giant truck outside of our secret hideout is too much attention.
Yeah, there's no garage. That's true.
I could camouflage it. Just some snow and
cover
whatnot.
it. Yeah.
I'm just trying to save time because it's not like we want to be resting for 2 days
I mean-
before walking back here to get the truck and then.
I mean, if we send like a stealthy, small group, like I don't know, me, Callie, some other stealthy people with some good combat, we just pick it up real quick and bring it back. I think we could do it.
I mean, I ain't gonna let you go and drive something I seen you drive, bud.
And you know full well you can't get away from me anymore. So you're definitely coming.
I'm gonna look at just whoever's closest to me, whoever it is, and just go, it was a mistake to get poisoned. I have no privacy in my life anymore.
None.
Yep.
Freedom 11, how stealthy are you?
Kind of stealthy.
Yeah.
On a scale of 1 to
Yes.
20, how stealthy are you?
I just love the subtle pause and like, well,
Define stealthy.
Right.
I can be stealthy.
like if you were to, if we were to equate your life into a board game and you were to roll a certain number for stealth, what do you feel like in that game you'd be rolling?
17.
35. That's just
All right, fuck
me.
it, you can come. Let's go.
Also, I was gonna bring this up earlier when we were working on the whole like let's build a sled idea. I died and Otto got my accent.
It was I can't help myself.
Otto got hit in the head pretty hard after you went down.
Self-inflicted, I would assume. He probably took it pretty heavy. It's all right.
Is that the plan? Are we splitting up?
If we're
I
building
think we
a
should.
truck,
Yeah,
I think we
sure.
should all stick together.
Sounds like Otto's got a task force.
I mean, I'm not the captain. He could easily just be like, no.
Well, Fine. Go get the truck.
All right. With that being said, who is the task force going to get the truck?
I
Yeah,
know
I think
Denver's going.
Otto's definitely. I think mostly just highly stealthy people should probably go.
So it's going to be Freedom 11, Collie, Denver, and Otto heading to get the truck. And everyone's heading back to the safe house. Is that correct?
I
Do you
believe
guys-
so.
You guys need environmental protection.
I wouldn't say no.
Stay within 30 feet of each other.
Well, Denver doesn't have a choice anymore.
I will cast life bubble on all 4 of them.
Okay. You guys have been life bubbled.
Oh,
What
it's
does
so
it do?
warm.
Ebb and flow. Ebb and flow.
You've been hiding this from
Uh,
us?
I had a lot of time to think about it. It should feel like maybe a nice 72.
Celsius?
hot,
Oh
too
my
hot.
gosh.
Too hot, too hot, too hot. Just burning
Is
on the
there-
inside. You just watch people inside just beginning to melt.
I still have
Is
my
there a
environmental
way-
protections on.
To turn down the thermostat.
Yeah, can we make that a solid 69? No, don't say nice.
Oh, that was flaming sphere. My bad.
Wrong spell.
I mean, fine.
Yeah.
We get some air circulation. It's a little stagnant.
Well, you don't have it,
I would.
Domino. Sorry.
Oh,
I
figured it
would
was all
like to
3
set
of us.
mine to a solid.
No, it's
I
the
don't
away
know.
team.
The away team's getting
Yeah.
the life bubble.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, we're gonna
I would-
sit here and freeze our asses off.
It's okay. I'll warm myself up by pulling a dead or
Well, I thought we
really
were
dead
going.
body.
I thought we were going to the safe house. So
Yeah,
it
we
was
are.
warm
There's
in
only a
there.
few
We'll be
hours away.
fine.
They're gonna have a
There's a
climate
heater
controlled
there.
vehicle
We're
on
good.
their way. But it's okay.
If we even get there, we might all come back as zombies.
True.
That's touched for everybody.
I'm gonna look at Domino and go, zombie. How do we feel about that word? Is that all right?
Why are you asking me?
I'm getting something off you there, bud.
You think I'm
I'm
one of
getting
them?
something off of you.
He comes back. Denver comes back and he's like, "I feel like we might be connected now."
Just because my hand is decaying doesn't mean my soul is.
I mean, I'll make the check.
Actually, I can cast it twice and just do it on both of us. So
So
I'll
I'm
I'll
gonna-
just do everybody. Everybody
I'm-
gets it.
gonna make that perception check on Domino about the shitty hand.
Shitty hand.
And that's a
City hand.
that's a 30.
You can tell that there is some negative energy being played with the hand. As far as if it's all of Domino that's being affected by the negative energy, you can't really tell. But you can tell that the hand has some sort of negative energy off your perception.
All right.
If he's got a shitty hand, do you have a shitty body part?
I ain't never been shitty in my whole damn life.
We all have at least one shitty body part.
No, my entire body is both a perfect physical specimen and a deadly weapon.
And dead.
Not anymore. Dead adjacent.
I mean, you are freezing. We are in a temperature-controlled bubble, and you're still freezing.
Semantics.
All right, so both teams have life bubble.
Heyo.
As a reminder for those of you, if you haven't seen it already, you just have to stay within 30 feet of each other, or you break the bubble. It goes
Like forever, or we just gotta come back together?
forever.
So it's like an actual bubble.
Yes.
Oh shit.
Means you cannot be off 120 meters by yourself sniping people. You have to be
Is
up
it like
into the thick of it.
Is
This
it like
not
centered on
cool.
someone?
Yeah. I'll pick somebody. Otto. There you go.
Thank you.
And I'll center it on me
Okay. All right.
since I'm the immobile one at the moment.
I guess both sets of individuals make stealth checks, please. Let me go ahead and get a sticky note pulled up here with the home and away team.
Bro, the
Do I need to
Hephaestus
make
dice
one?
roller is hitting different today.
Oof.
Yes, you still need to roll one for me.
Okay.
You can still make grunts depending on how poorly Domino does in by trips and falling.
I have a -3 to stealth right now, so
Yeah,
here we go.
Nice.
I'm not happy with the party of my squad just said oof.
Got a
All
9.
right, hold on. Truck team.
It wasn't awful, but it definitely wasn't great.
No, I was
and
oof worthy. I saw your hands.
team. All right, truck team is Otto, Denver,
Got some WD-40 on creaking.
Raleigh, F11.
You just keep stepping on all
Nice.
the ice. You just crunch with every step. You're like, they're attracted to
And
me.
then Thrawn, Ferrix, Domino, Zerat. Alrighty. Let's go with truck team first. Otto.
I got. Oh, hold on. Just 25.
Denver.
17. I rolled a 3 with a plus 14 to the skill.
Collie.
28.
Oh,
Oh boy.
And F11.
9.
Not too bad. Not too bad.
Not too late to turn back.
Right.
You're as stealthy as I am.
Can we trade somebody?
Thrawn.
16.
Ferrix is the 9. I can recall memory. Domino.
12.
Okay. And Zerat.
And he's
11.
pulling a sled. That's
Stealthier than F11 and Ferrix while pulling a sled. Impressive.
I rolled a
rolled-
12, but I got a -3 to it. So
I unequipped my shield, which gave me a +3 to.
It's weird how that works. All right.
actually, Rich, you have the shield now, so it's another mind map.
Yeah, true.
Well, I have the shield on me. I'm just not wielding it.
Mm,
But I guess I can put it on the sled. Doesn't matter.
it's up to you.
I mean, I had a cool picture of Rick's like poking out, little head poking out, using his little blanket. But that's just me.
This metal blanket just take all the
Yeah.
cold.
It's a good idea.
You guys go ahead and split ways as the home team begins to head to the safe house as the other team continues down the opposite way. Team heading to the vehicle. It is a hop, skip, and a jump away, probably looking about an hour to go and get to the outskirts of the city where the loading area was. And you do make it there. There are it's a large chain link fence that surrounds a brick building, and the brick building has all its glass smashed in, doors actually ajar, and there is 5 trucks inside of this compound. Something you guys do notice is that there is a couple of the swarm bugs sort of sneaking around and looking underneath. It just looks like one of the like dog-like creatures, not necessarily one of the humanoids.
Do they look like the ones that poisoned me?
Yes.
All right. Hey, just like real quiet to the group. Remember, y'all, these ones got some fatty poison. Don't end up like me. Don't do drugs. Do we? Can we do it in and out without alerting them? I mean,
Oh, I don't know. Freedom 11.
hey,
We could try.
we have another option. Give me the keys. I hop the fence, run over there, grab the truck, and just get the fuck going.
As you guys size it up, it is like a 10-foot fence, and it does have barbed wire over the top.
Never mind. That barbed wire looks pokey, and I ain't trying to do that.
Is there a gate with a lock?
There is indeed a gate. It does have a lock on it, so you're not exactly sure how these individuals got in, but it does look like they got in somehow. But the gate does seem to still have a some sort of padlock on the front of it.
I mean, I didn't carry a blowtorch or snippers with me, so I think that's pretty much the only option.
So we could take my sword cane and put that in the chain that's all locked up and use that to create some torsion. And we just crank that around to the train brakes.
Or the sword, and we can finally get rid of that thing.
God damn it. We can hope.
Or I could try to break in.
Also that. You know what? You introduced yourself to us as an outlaw. So go out some laws.
Is this being outlawed? Is that what you're saying?
You're either a spy or a criminal. Which one is it?
Well, since I already confirmed the one, we'll figure out.
I'm gonna need to know what the hell kind of crimes you were into before that. That's neither here nor there. We need the truck.
All right.
So what kind of lock is on the front?
On the front is just a sort of like a padlock on it. So it has like the little thing. It has a little key at the bottom where you could poke and prod
Can I
into
use
it.
my toolkit? The thieves one?
Yeah. Go ahead and roll an engineering check to break that bad boy open.
Okay, and then that will be a 24.
24.
No. 26.
26. Math is hard. It's okay. We get it.
Yeah.
As you guys sort of see her, after you guys have this conversation, you see her walk up to the front gate, sort of look at the padlock, look around, pull out a set of tools, pull out a couple of picks, and within a few moments, have it popped open.
There you have it. Outlaw, enough for you.
That was awesome. Hell yeah. Now, you got to remember, just because you're an outlaw, I mean, sometimes you still have to be within the law.
I mean, have I broken any laws since being with you guys?
I mean, you did just break a lock, which technically now we're breaking and entering.
Have you seen this place?
Yeah, but I mean, like, Ott and I broke into a place that was pretty run down one time, and we still got popped for breaking and entering, even though that place was run. Neither here nor there. We need to get this damn truck.
On a mission.
Okay.
You guys see the two swarm creatures sort of prop their head up, look at each other, and then burrow into the ground. And they are no longer visible.
I really need to get a suppressor.
Yeah, maybe next time we're in some place that's actually doing business, we can get you one.
I might need to take a loan. I definitely have to. I have zero money. I definitely have to take a loan. What did I give my? Oh, I bought a bunch of Freedom 11 parts. I forgot.
So yes, there are 5 trucks in front of you. Right for the pickings.
The key that we have, is it like a fob? Can I just hit like the unlock button and see which one lights up?
Yeah, there actually is a fob on it. Would you like to go ahead and press the fob button?
Does it make a noise?
You don't know. You haven't tried pressing the fob button.
Maybe. You want to look at everybody and go, button? Yes, no?
No.
Yo,
Gerard's not
look,
here, but he's
somebody's
not.
here.
Gerard is like, yeah, do it. He's not here, but like I can feel him in my brain.
You can feel it
No.
in your soul.
You saw the swarm. They know we're here. I don't know if they know exactly where we are, though.
Let's not alert them to our
Yeah.
presence.
I think when we alert them, it should be you flipping the engine and us hitting through the fence.
I die one time and y'all get lame. All right.
We don't
Yeah,
want you
because
to
you
die.
died.
Hey. Only a little, all right. I came back. It's fine.
You were there for it, but Domino really laid into him.
Is he a
You don't
cat?
know at what cost.
Or are they a cat?
Who?
Cat.
I'm not a cat.
Collie is.
Collie is
They're
Collie is a cat-like individual. She is not a cat.
No, full-blown cat.
Not a cat. Patra.
How do you think
Pacha.
she picked the lock
Patra.
with the claws?
That would be amazing. I would love that.
Let me
Please
get
add
my
that in.
lock kit.
All right. Then with the fob, I'm not gonna hit the button, but I'm gonna go as stealthily as possible. Try all the doors until they open.
Okay, go ahead and roll another stealth check for me.
Stealth
We all doing it?
check.
just
I'm
don't-
assuming so, unless you guys want to break
just
that 30-foot bubble.
We have to stay within 30 feet.
Oh yeah.
All right, roll it again. Got a dirty 20.
26.
Freedom.
Dirty 20. Let's see.
Oh,
No, I'm just
there
kidding.
we
That's
go.
not what I got. No, I'm just kidding.
God
I got
damn
a
it.
15.
15, we got improvements.
Better than last time.
22.
Collie with a
There we go.
22. Okay. You guys move
as
as
we're
a small squad to the first vehicle.
As
Uh,
little you.
As we're sneaking, I'm like pointing at my footsteps and looking at Freedom 11. It's like, left foot, right there. Right foot, right there.
You're looking behind you. You smack right into you guys
Car
get
alarm goes off.
exactly. Beep, boop.
We hear it at the hideout.
Right. First one doesn't unlocks, but you can't get it to start. You guys continue down until you get to the fourth one, and gets in, and you hear a small ding, 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 ding.
We got a winner. Y'all hop in. Let's get out of here. Also,
Now-
lock the doors.
How is this truck? Is it like a box truck? Like a normal F-150? Like what are we
No,
talking
so
about?
it's more like a dump truck, just smaller. So thinking like a dump truck, but like maybe a
Like
little
a
bit
tow
bigger than
truck?
it. No, it has like the whole shebang that goes with it, because this is what they use to mine their minerals. But it has 3 seats in the front, and then someone's gonna have to ride in the bed of it. But it's slightly larger than a F-150, but it still has the dump truck capabilities.
Yeah, I'm for sure in the back.
Yeah.
Anybody else got any long range? I don't know. What do you got pistols, Kyle? You're the
I
dual
have
wielder.
the rifle.
She also has a rifle.
Oh,
I mean, but
so
I
wait,
can,
you Freedom and Kyle have got rifles, right?
No, I don't right now.
All right, Kyle, it is. Let's go to the back.
Yeah, I have 50 foot with my pistol.
I've got
I-
80 feet with my laser, but I'm driving.
I'm
I have-
firing the laser.
250 feet.
Yikers.
Called a
How'd you
sniper.
get to be, how'd you get to be so cool?
What
I
a
didn't die.
gamer. That's how.
I think you got that flip. I'm cool because I died.
Also true.
Still don't know
Death
what
said-
cost.
Death said nah, and I said, you right.
You go ahead and flip it on, and the engine just and then becomes a low rumble.
Can I do a hold action to where if I see any swarm that is very clearly locked onto us, that I just take a shot at them?
Yes, you can.
Okay, do that.
Okay, go ahead and roll a perception for me as well, please. You know what? You'll be
That's
doing.
still
You can do it. Take 20. So whatever your 20 plus your perception skill is.
27.
27.
See, and here I am thinking that I'm only really going to be driving the spaceship. I don't need the like
Ground craft.
operative trick about shooting while I'm driving. I don't need that.
Can we get a womp womp?
At least it's not like Shadowrun, where you have to specifically decide which vehicle you're good at.
And make sure you have a license for it.
It's true. So you guys go ahead, bust through the gate, and begin to hightail it out of said area. When you guys pull away, Otto, you do notice, since you are perceptively looking around, there was 9 holes that went into the ground that were not covered. But there is obviously no one there as you guys were moving through it. Maybe there were some in the building. You guys didn't check, but there were at least 9 holes that were fresh. You guys go ahead, peel out, and head towards the safe house. Is that where you guys are going with this truck?
No,
So
we should.
what I'm trying to do is I'm going to take like the long way back to the safe house, try to like wind it around, maybe lose any tails that we have.
Okay.
I didn't even say anything. You said exactly what I was going to say.
Go ahead and roll. Is it still piloting?
For just regular driving.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead and roll piloting.
Piloting is all things driving.
Okay.
That's 28.
28.
Denver's still got it, baby.
Okay. As you go around the sort of the exterior wall, are you going out the outside of the entire city, like outside the walls area, or like where the bubble was? I mean, there's no like actual physical wall, but like where the wall came down from the bubble. Are you going outside of that, or are you looking more? Or you want to go through the streets?
Is the safe house inside of where the bubble was or outside of it?
Outside.
Then I'll stay outside of it.
Okay.
Just like skirt the long way around.
Okay. As you guys are driving through, I need everyone to go ahead and roll perception checks, except for Otto, because you're taking that take 21.
17.
Roll a 20.
Hey.
Same 17.
Okay. All of you guys notice there was a plethora, and just you guys begin to count, and you guys lose track of how many little holes that are burrowed, different shapes and sizes. But it at some points it actually looks like it's a minefield that sort of went off. There's just so many large holes or craters or anything else that just sort of is there. You do notice that in particular is a large, like bigger than the pit you guys saw in the mining town, hole that goes straight into the earth. At a better look, you guys can tell that the first probably like maybe 30 feet is a mixture of snow and ice that then becomes like actual planet material. So it has a very thick layer of ice on top of it, but it seemed to be burrowed without any sort of issue. But it is probably about 250 feet across from one side of the hole to the other. As you guys continue to drive, you notice that anyone who rolled 20 or higher noticed that some of the holes are beginning to crack, and like the holes begin to connect through the cracks along the planet's surface. Nothing too crazy, but just seems like a lot of the you guys will see like a line of snow fall, assuming that there's some sort of missing tectonic plate below it. As you guys continue to drive on, as you guys take the outside, you guys that are going through the city, you guys are go ahead and pulling the sled, going at a slower pace, being stealthy. Go through, and you don't really hear any sort of signs. You guys do see there is a couple of clusters of these burrows that you'll see every once in a while. It won't be very often, but maybe like it's you guys turn a couple of corners going through the city, and you guys see a cluster of 7 holes that are just burrowed into the ground. You guys go maybe another 80 to 100 feet, and there's another group of clusters of like 3 or 4. All relatively small, but all of you besides maybe Domino could fit into these holes. If you like crossed your arms and jumped in, you probably could slide down them. But other than that, it's rather uneventful. Are you guys heading straight to the hideout, or are you guys wanting to stop at the pack place first?
We already got the keys. I mean,
Otto's
Drum.
driving.
Sorry, I was talking about the walking people. Otto, I apologize. I didn't specify. Excuse me. But the other group. I didn't know if you guys wanted to go back to. Them
No,
to
we
sort of
told
give an
we
update,
told
or-
them we were headed to the.
'Kay.
To the hideout.
'Kay.
And at this rate, they're probably going to catch up to us. So.
we need to be as quick as possible.
Very fair. You guys will go ahead and continue on that way then. You guys make it uneventful to the like the city limits where you see all the buildings sort of stop, where you would assume that the bubble relatively would have been. I need everyone on the sled team to go ahead and roll another stealth check for me, please.
I'm making like sketches of these holes, by the way.
'Kay.
As we're going.
I'd say once we get to the city limits, do we want to stop in stealthy and just start booking it?
Huffing it.
Sledding it.
Because there's not much cover outside the city limits anyway, right?
It's true.
That
Yeah,
said, I
I'll
rolled
go.
a 2.
And Ferrex rolled a 3, so
right? I got a 19.
okay.
Why is it
I-
so
I got an
bumpy?
18.
All right, so you guys are like walking slowly behind, and you guys just hear as you guys hit the city limits. You see Domino just hoofing it, and you see Ferrex like bouncing on the sled behind him as they're getting pulled through.
Trying to draw.
Ramp.
You're ruining my sketches.
Ramp.
Go ahead and roll a dexterity check for me there, Ferrex, to see how good these sketches are while being Tossed
I have a
around.
-5 to this.
Sick.
So here we go. I rolled a 6.
nice. Okay, so you could definitely tell they're holes. You can't like get the the exact drawing that you're looking for that you would have of the Ferrex quality. But some of them are like really well sketched, and others just look like they're just a random dot that was just put on the page.
Just like scribbles.
Right, exactly. There's a couple pages that actually get torn through because of the pen just going through the paper onto one of the bounces. You guys continue.
At that point, I'll just stop trying.
Just all right. The trip is relatively uneventful. You guys do see now that you guys get outside of the city limits, more of these holes you have to actually like maneuver around, and probably about 30 minutes in front or before you guys get to the hideout, there is a large crater about 80 feet across that you guys have to go all the way around. You do notice it goes at like a 45 instead of just straight down like all the other holes you guys have seen is. This one goes at an angle heading towards the hills.
And
Would we know if this was here before?
Yeah.
You guys would notice, and it was definitely not here before.
Zerat and I lock eyes.
Now, I know a lot has happened over the past day, but this is definitely new, right?
Yeah.
Definitely don't remember this. Well, watch your step.
Looks like the swarm folks are moving in. I hope they're comfy.
Maybe it's warmer during the summer.
It's definitely warmer at night.
So it might be warmer during the winter.
I don't remember anymore.
Perhaps they can't fully what's the word? Adapt to the cold. So maybe they perhaps these are burrows.
So you're saying we should go down the hall? The hole
No.
to
No,
safe from the weather?
We're safe from the weather, at least for the rest of the day. Right here.
I'm getting kind of hot.
Can you crack a window or something?
Just
Make
a
it like
small hole in the bubble.
66. Make it like 66 in here.
It's too cold. Hang on.
Hold on.
Okay.
I put my sweater back on.
68.
Take it back off. Now I'm upset.
Rick's is just messing with me.
Make it 72. And then 64. And then 90. No, I'm just kidding.
I think I
Having
got
hot
flashes.
What is this?
That's what happens when I can't draw.
You guys get to the point where you guys actually roll up to the hideout, and there is a truck sitting outside the hideout.
Of course, they beat us back.
They didn't follow our tracks. They just let us drag you all the way here.
What if we died out there?
You guys go ahead and enter into the hideout, and you guys are now reunited as a group. You guys can tell it's definitely been the wind is still picking up, even though it's around like your bubble. There's snow that's still being tossed around. There is no tire tracks visible from the truck. Whenever you guys walk in, the car group, you guys have been there for roughly about 45 minutes.
I thought for sure I was going to have to shoot something at the back.
Look who decided to show up.
Look who decided to leave us out in the snow.
I wasn't
Now-
driving.
I specifically remember the plan being, we go get the truck, y'all meet us here.
I thought it was implied that you'd pick us up on the way.
Uh,
We need to talk about your directions.
Hey, you know what? You got to be nice to me. I was dead yesterday.
So, do you know what assuming makes?
Sorry, I thought you were all competent, but
Is that
Yeah,
some
we-
type of culinary
Whoa!
dish?
No, assumptions make an ass out of you and me.
Oh.
That's how you spell the word. It's funny.
One of the Zool will go ahead and speak to you, Thrawn, telepathically. How was your adventure, to say the least?
It was great. These things are very scary. We've spoken with one of the pack leaders, the closest one, and he thinks that maybe we can unite everyone and actually fight this thing. So if you ever get off this planet, you can let the nearby planets know that we plan on resisting.
That is very good to know. Very good. So the Ironhides were interested in helping.
Well, after we saved their asses, yeah.
Well, That might be. That is good news. It's very good news.
It's as good as it's gonna get, I think. I expected you all to be gone. I didn't.
We're still waiting for our ship to arrive. They have not sent word back of any change in course. But we're worried.
Oh, so are we. The swarm is. Seems like they're starting to burrow.
We felt it. They're closer than we would like. But still unaware of where we are.
Right. Know anything about the swarm that could help us in fighting / uniting / getting this job done?
I wasn't even born when we broke away from the swarm. Neither was my grandfather, but
Oh, I didn't mean like because of like who you are. I meant like, did you go to school? You seem really smart. That's all I'm trying to say.
I appreciate the compliment, but no, more of my heritage gives us knowledge of what they can do and where they've come from more than books.
Like, makes sense, seeing as how they, wipe out every civilization they touch.
Yeah.
Which is the extent of my knowledge, so.
The creatures, they evolve. It takes time. Depending on what they devour, how much of it they devour, it could take longer. If they devour the whole entity or individual, it could be sooner than that. But they could change what they do, what they can resist, take certain traits.
Can we assume that any member that gets mutated, they all get mutated because they are some sort of hive mind, or does every swarm entity need to consume a thing to adapt?
Every individual unit would have to consume at least portion of it to be able to adapt. But that being said, if they find a Vesk like yours, they might each take a small bite. May take longer, but they'll have more units that can be similar to him.
Yeah. In case they weren't already racist enough.
They typically don't leave places whole. I've never seen them burrow something like this before, but maybe that's just this type of swarm devour something that burrowed.
It's also possible that they haven't fully adapted to the climate yet, and so they're trying to stay warm.
It's true. It's only been a little bit more than a day since the attack begun, so could take some time, depending on.
If you have nothing to offer them, do they even want to eat you?
They might. It's rumored that they may gain some memories, knowledge. May not be physical traits, but mental as well.
I thought I was immune for a second. It was a good thought. I think
So for all black. Sorry, this isn't. I can't actually talk because this is telepathic. But
Yep.
if we all just get all blacked out drunk, they can't absorb our memories.
Exactly.
We don't remember anything. Joke's on you.
Am I right, Sonny?
Sonny just raises up her hand and just gives her thumbs up.
Sacrifice.
just be careful.
We don't have a choice but to be careful. As you can see, we are not 100%.
Yes. Denver said 4 times already how they died and came back.
Oh, they didn't actually die.
Oh. Interesting.
They talk about it all the time. Rick's is the one that got messed up the most, I think. Denver looks completely fine, don't you think?
Yes, this is true.
They've been joking about it for a bit, though.
Poor taste.
That's just Denver.
We must take some time, pray, and then we will begin cooking some of the rations that Ferrex provided for us.
Right. We'll join you for a meal, seeing as how it's the only social time we're gonna get for a long while.
All right. And with that being said, they go ahead and go to the corner of the room where they were the last couple of times you guys have seen them go and spend time with their deity. And that is where we will leave it for so far. We'll go ahead and take our break. We'll come back in 5 minutes, 10:40. 5 minutes, and then we will see what shenanigans you guys get into. Be right back.
Wow.
I'm curious. Please
Incredible
share.
timing.
Hi, hello. Thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out. Really do appreciate it. Just a small recap of where we left off. The group decided to split the party like mad people. Because who does that after a character death and heavily poisoned? But our group did. Half the group went to go get the truck. The other half hiked it back. Denver decided to take the outskirts to not draw attention through the city, and the other people had to just pull a sled through the snow. But more or less, there was the only other thing of relevance that happened. A lot of burrows were found throughout the city, but most of them were found outside of the city. So, are they burrowing? Are they cold? Are they attacking the planet itself? We don't know. But everyone is back in. Excuse me if I could breathe for a second. Back inside of the hideout. And the Zool just went to have some prayer time to Zune.
Did you guys run into trouble on your way here?
Nope. Easy peasy.
You?
How about those holes?
There were holes?
It looked like there may have been like some cracks between them or something. I don't know.
Cracks between holes. It's nothing I've ever heard of.
It could mean that
What?
they're connected underground and there was a collapse. I've seen it
Hold on.
before.
Hold on. Are we just gonna breeze past cracks between holes?
That's why I said what.
Our anatomy is not. It doesn't.
Okay. If you're implying that Vest got butt
Yeah,
cheeks,
no
we
worries.
don't.
Now y'all just got cloacas, right? Travis is unamused.
He's like, this is just, this is our team. If
Just
you-
stone cold. Just a stone cold face right now.
right.
Stone cold.
Leave it to Drew to break me.
I thought you were immobile.
Um,
I need help.
are you guys wanting to go ahead and rest here for the remainder until Ferrix is back to being better, or are you guys wanting to RP some stuff for a little bit? We haven't had a chance to do that for a minute, so what do you guys want to do? We can either fast forward. You guys have stuff you want to talk about?
Sticking
These
next
holes
to
are-
her. He doesn't get any breathing room. They don't get any breathing room. Fuck me.
I understand that they might want to, so be careful.
Yeah. It includes biting your head off at the end.
Hold on now. Are we saying that I'm anything related to the late great praying mantis?
The late great, they're gone?
I don't think we know anymore.
There was only one?
No, it was the praying mantis. Y'all, we really got to get y'all up to speed on your racing trivia because the praying
Lost me.
mantis is one of the fastest Sheeran that I ever raced against, and they were badass.
Did they also eat people's heads?
Only the person who lost the race completely, last person across the line, got their head eaten.
So I take it you won.
No, I just didn't lose.
Oh, good.
You at least got second to last.
I mean, hey, they say if something spooky's chasing you, you don't have to be able to outrun it. You just got to be able to outrun the dude next to you. So that's all I had to do in that race was just make sure that dude behind me stayed behind me.
Sounds relevant.
Wait a
How
second.
you doing over there? You were knocked out for quite a while.
Yeah, I mean, not dead. So
Are you though?
I'd ask you the same thing there, bud. But
I'll let you know.
Squid eyes.
squinty eyes.
Zerat at this point would like to cast Detect Affliction on Denver.
Okay.
On Waffle House.
Alrighty.
On Village Inn.
Village Inn.
Oh my god.
I'm just whatever cafe or diner you want to call me.
Delectable egg.
Yeah. Are they affected by any poison, disease, curse, or similar affliction?
Curse.
Ah, it sucks.
Can't do anything about it. We know about it though.
But
Good
no other
detective
affliction.
work there, Zerat. Good detective
Yeah,
work.
They do not seem dead. Still cursed, but that's we knew that.
So, pretty much, because Zerat and I had this conversation to get y'all up to speed. My insides turned to lava. It hurt real bad. It was not fun.
Oh, hey,
Next thing
Sonny, sorry you're gonna want to listen to this.
Okay.
Yeah. So, actually, yeah, Sonny, this might pertain to you also if you decide to kick the bucket anytime soon. My insides turned to lava. It was a bad time. I think that's the poison. I don't think it's anything to do with the curse. Then everything went black, and I woke up. Excuse me.
Got some
I
breathing
just
issues
swallowed
there.
a nerd weird.
I had
Eating
a
a bunch
nickel.
of nerd clusters.
If I had
Yeah, dude. So anyway, yeah. So next thing I know, I'm standing in this big old empty space void, and I wait there for 6 months. It was a long ass time. Then, just when I was starting to be like, all right, this is dumb, right? That spooky mask that split in half. Sonny, you got the dark side of the mask. I got the light side. It comes up and starts talking to me. It's like, hey, you want to go back to your body? And I'm like, hell yeah, that'd be cool as shit. And they'd be like, well, what do you want to give me? And I was like, I don't know. Want to learn about spaceships? And they're like, we will take that information from you. And I was like, well, whatever the fuck that means. All right, put me back in my body. And now we're here. Now I'm alive. Yeah. Question.
Did you get a name?
Nope.
Okay. All right.
Wait.
No name. Got it.
So you actually died?
Yeah, I was dead.
Holy shit! I thought you were joking this whole time.
No,
And I get emotional and run up and hug you and oh my god, you actually died?
Yeah. Fun fact.
Start pacing around. They were dead. I was
Yeah.
a joke.
one of the Zools talk to you telepathically, we told you.
Yeah, you did. Out loud, I just look at him. Yeah, you did.
So, crazy thing that I didn't tell Zerat because I kind of forgot until just now. So, Big Spooky Space Mask that cursed me. I think that's their name, Big Spooky Space Mask. I like the alliteration. But they flew me all the way to Castroville and were like, look at this planet. And then while we were looking at the planet, it was beautiful from space, by the way. Castroville's a beautiful planet. We should go back. It's great. They were like, hey, you sure you want to go back to your body? And I was like, hell yeah. And they were like, all right. And boom, we're in the drift. We're drifting. And then, Colin, you remember that drift dragon we saw that was like, squaw, and came all through and then disappeared out the other side?
Yeah.
Yeah, we made eye contact, and it was the scariest damn thing. It was back, but it acknowledged us. It was like, hey, how's it going there? And the spooky space mask was like, hey, brother. And I was like, kung fu hands, because I wasn't gonna go out not swinging again. And then next thing you know, I'm taking another breath, just like, oh my god, my whole body hurts, and now we're here.
Are you religious, Denver?
Nope.
Might be time to start thinking about it.
I mean, it's tough to have a religion when your mom's a demon and your dad was cool.
If anything, that just proves their power.
He's got a point there. How do you think the world was made?
Demaratosh conquered all the other subworlds.
That is one theory, yes.
Yeah. Mhm. Yeah. All I know is that I don't know shit about anything outside of what I don't know, man. Religion's just something I don't know. Anyway, how was y'all's 5 minutes I was dead?
Pretty fucking
Ten
shitty.
minutes.
I learned Vlaka while I was immobilized.
Me too.
You know what?
I had a lot of time to
Uh,
myself, so I repieced the entire language
Yeah.
in my head.
So I also know Vlaka, but I didn't learn it. It was just kind of given to me. I think Big Spooky Space Mask was like, "You're probably gonna need this," and I was like, "Hey, thanks." In
Should
exchange,
we
I'm gonna teach you what a Corvette is.
Should
Hey,
we abbreviate
is-
BSSM for time-saving purposes?
I mean, we could BSSM. Yeah, I like it.
do you think if we get you close enough to death again, do you think you can go back and ask that entity its name?
Ooh, that's a dangerous gamble.
Because it might bring me closer to solving this whole mystery about this curse.
I mean, so me personally, this is Denver speaking. I would say that's a risk I'm willing to run.
I mean, I
But-
saw this video one time. It was a very old instructional video, and these teenagers would basically get each other really close to death, and then they could go to this other planar existence. And it sounds like something we could try if I have the right equipment and there's power.
Yeah, I would say I'm down to try it.
I would
But-
advise against it.
I was gonna say, Gerard's probably gonna say, nah. You're gonna have to convince Otto that killing my ass or almost killing my ass would be a good idea. And
Well, it wouldn't
between you and me, he's a stubborn son of a bitch.
wouldn't have to be
so-
you. It could be anybody. I just figured you have a better repertoire.
I mean, we do have a certain je ne sais quoi about like between me and Big Spooky Space Mask out there.
Yes. BSM. Got it.
Forgot an extra S in there. I think you're actually talking about something different.
Oh, I did forget. Yeah, let me
Yep.
fix it.
Mm-hmm.
Typo.
I got you. I ain't gonna let you make a fool of yourself.
Big spooky.
Gab,
Yep.
you weigh in on this. Ferrix wants to try to almost kill me. See if I can go talk to the Big Spooky Space Mask again.
Not right now, though.
Your mission to teach them to be more like you is paying off, I think.
Hell yeah! All right. I mean, Captain, I'm just gonna say, this checks out with the scientific method. Like, we're just committing science out here.
Well, yeah, but each time it's like diminishing returns. Like you're gonna be like, "You want to learn about spaceships?" And they're gonna be like, "Yeah, sure." And then you're gonna go back the next time. It's like, "You want to learn about Gatorade?" And they're like, "Yeah, that's awesome." But then, like, what are you gonna do the third time? You know?
The third time, you want to learn close-up card magic?
Oh shit! Why didn't you lead with that? You would have come. They would have come back with two of you.
The world cannot handle two of Denver's.
No.
They're
One
out
of these
something
days,
I
there'll be
think.
two of me. But, nah.
That's like putting a portable hole into an endless treasure chest.
Or a bag of holding into a portable hole.
I'm not
Whatever
sure
that
what
is.
either of those do.
Well, it's these ancient artifacts. This portable hole, it was this large cloth-looking thing. You know, could pick a hole in something. But if you throw another trans-dimensional thing like that chest, and I point at it because we're in the same place, and I look at Otto and I say that one right there opens, and you don't throw that into a portable hole. Blow up the whole world. Wait,
Or
I have
send
an
you
idea.
Wait.
back
I think we just had the same idea.
I could,
Ah,
with Otto's help, we could rig a machine that could potentially destroy all the swarm and everything else.
I'm game for this.
This is a great idea.
What's that
I'd also-
asterisk of everything else? I don't know if I.
It's an iffy. It's been theologically debated whether it actually just blows up a large radius or a large radius.
Oh, easy. We
Plus-
just go to the drift at the same time.
Yeah, we just go
Ooh.
to the drift at the same time, and then if
With what
we
ship?
die, Denver comes back, and then finds a way to get us all back.
Denver
Josh
brings
Bear,
up a good point. Do we want to try to repair our ship, or
I
should
feel like we
take
have
the
a truck now,
opportunity?
so that's with Otto's technical ability. That's the
This-
stone's throw away from a spaceship. I'm not gonna lie.
The truck does not have a drift engine.
We got one of those.
What if we hook
Should
the
we get a
truck up to our
better
drift engine?
Is there a Tokyo drift engine?
You know, I've been thinking about that same goddamn question, and I'm upset I'm not the one to ask it. do.
Otto refuses.
We're a family.
One of these days, we're gonna be in combat, and I'm just gonna drift around them, just like light them up, skirt.
Ferric starts walking outside, taking off all their. No, I'm just kidding.
This is it.
See, Frank, that moment's when you can try to resist a life bubble.
My
What's the
own life
DC on that?
bubble.
Exactly, just resist it. Oh, you just turn it off. Oh, that's easy. But as the Zool sort of finish up at this point and begin to walk over to the chest, they go ahead and pick up the rations and begin to put them over the fire. It's weird. It's like they've never had rations before.
That's not how you
Are they
use
not ready
those.
to eat? Looking at the instructions.
It says
Add
ready
water.
to eat, open, add water. No, I'm not.
I will instruct them in the ways of MREs.
They begin to hurry and take all the bags off of the fire, and everyone has their rations for food. Zura, telepathically, you hear. Are you hearing them as well?
I haven't heard them for some time. What have you been hearing?
Something about a nuclear weapon surround the city. That's about it.
Yes, I heard those yesterday. Feels like forever now, but yeah.
I'm afraid they did step one. If you guys were talking about holes that surrounded the city, they might have surrounded it.
Have you seen anything that burrows like this before?
I mean, there's many creatures that come and go that have the capability of burrowing. But the swarm, they adapt, they change. This branch of swarm could have eaten something that can burrow. Maybe the swarm could always burrow.
Every subcolony is unique.
Indeed it is. Indeed it is.
When do you expect to hear back from your transport?
That's what we're concerned about. We should have already.
Well, what's your plan if they don't come?
All of you guys just see Azul just sort of look up to the ceiling, take a deep breath. Telepathically again, Zerat. We don't know. Survive? But we're not trained like you guys are. We have magic of some capabilities, but simple cantrips and spells, nothing crazy or life-saving. We weren't made for this. But might be too early to be worried.
There's one thing that you do share with us, and that is faith. We have faith that we will get out of here safely. You have faith that we will survive. Maybe we don't have the same strengths, but you have your own. Maybe try to reach out to not just your transport, to anybody out there who can listen. Be a beacon. Try not to draw in the swarm. I don't know how to avoid that, but I'm sure you guys can figure something out.
Good idea. Good idea. And they all begin to like quietly just eat their rations.
And then I'll relate to the group. They have not heard back from their transport yet. They're beginning to worry.
Yeah, they're for sure not coming, bro.
We're all fucked.
Eh, wait some time. They either leave or
We
we
need to work
just
on the
build.
ship.
Yeah, we just build another ship. It's fine. Me and Freedom 11 could easily do it. We just need time.
Yeah, just building a ship. That's totally feasible without tools and
Oh, I got tools. Need
ship
the parts.
things.
We
I
could
don't-
possibly find a ship that's in working order, maybe one that's even better, and escape.
Could have been off.
Have we given up so early?
I ain't
Oh, no, we're
giving
not
up.
giving up. We're talking about ideas of what to do. What do you mean giving up? The
It's the
Denver's the
thing
one who's
we can
died.
do. It's only one thing we can do. And fixing the ship is just going to slow it down.
That is.
Take a
We need to
massive
get
dookie
to-
on the hive.
Eric, I think, was the closest second town.
You say Eric?
Who's Eric?
I said Eric.
Who names these towns? What the fuck? Is the other town over called Kevin?
You mean Eric, the mining town that
Olaf.
we just came from, with all the radiation material?
I think Eric is next, followed by Olaf.
In proximity, maybe, but
The capital of this city, of this country, is Steve.
It's actually Mulmer.
Eric,
Mulmer.
Olaf, Anna, Elsa, the whole crowd.
It's a frozen tundra.
Sven.
I guess surprised you guys
Sven's
didn't
way
take
out
so
there.
long to get it already.
Can't.
I think I got that right.
I'm just gonna hit the button on Denver's belt that's a personal escape pod and shoot myself in his face.
I've been holding on to this for a very special moment. This is it.
Hey y'all, have fun getting off the planet. Bye.
They're gone again.
They're an
Well-
angel now.
In an outfield.
One of the Zools speaks up in common. I think we have a long way to go. But I think the Vesk is correct. I think bringing the packs together and defeating the swarm is our best chance. Even if you do get a ship operational, they'll probably shoot it out of the sky before you hit the drift.
You've clearly never seen Denver's driving. Also, we have not seen Denver's driving post-death, so, I mean, it's a fair point.
Hey, it's decent.
How many eyes you got? Still got your eyes?
The
Yeah,
Zool
I
look-
got
Everyone looks like they have two eyes.
I'm real confused on this question.
Mine are compounded so that, looks a little weird, but there's two of them.
How many working hands you got there, Domino?
I got 2 working hands.
I
How
have
many tails you got?
One.
None. I got horns.
Just
You have a
implying
tail?
zombies usually have a dangling eyeball or something.
No, I got I got horns and I got shitty wings that don't work.
You got wings?
How have you never noticed?
I usually turn around when we take a shower.
That's a fair point. That's a fair point.
I was wondering if you were gonna yes and that.
And
That's a fair point. I mean, for the record, it's tough when you're a touring racer and you're not winning. Sometimes you have to spend the money on one room as opposed to two, or a room that only has the one shower, and waiting's not an option because you got to go to dinner for sponsors. So it's a thing.
Is this a euphemism?
I'm
No,
gonna start
it's
making up
100%
random
true.
backstory that you have to explain.
Oh, dude, I'm down. I'm down. Please do.
Does our ship not have a shared shower like a normal like a
Like a
restroom?
like a communal shower thing,
Yeah,
like a locker room shower.
I think it might because we have.
Yeah,
We never
this ship is way too
upgraded our-
small.
yeah, I think you guys actually do have like a community like set of like 4 showers and 3.
Ferrex doesn't know
Toilets.
because he just uses token spell
Yeah,
every day.
to take a clean.
What?
Ferris can clean
Can you do that
themselves.
on others?
If I want to, but
You're our
it's kind
shower
of
now.
weird.
Uh,
Alright, everybody line
Ready for my
up.
morning shower.
the Zool started
Wait, y'all have been showering?
chuckling.
I have a hygiene kit.
Yeah,
I
who
do
doesn't have a
too.
hygiene kit?
I just imagine that's like a travel toothbrush kit. It's just ready to go.
All the miniature sized versions
Yes.
of everything.
I got real dry skin, so mine's got some lotions in it,
Mm.
and my anti-dandruff stuff because itchy scalp is never a good time.
My hand starts to smell after a little while.
I can fix it for a day.
Yeah, you're talking about your good hand, not your creepy hand, right?
Well,
Which is
Would
which.
you like to know?
I just imagine you're
This
like
is my
the-
good hand.
Yeah, I imagine you're the guy from Scary Movie where he's
You're
like,
gonna have to grab
"You
a
want
strong hand."
sticky?"
um,
Grab my hand.
I can't.
You're gonna have to take the strong hand.
That will be a scenario.
Good God.
Oh, he's rolling.
Everyone roll perception for me, please.
The
Everyone
Zool
takes
take off
13.
everything and walk into the snow.
We all take psychic damage and die.
Oh,
Why are we here?
7.
25.
25.
9.
Oh,
I
I
was-
gotta roll still. Hold on.
I was googling the Scary Movie hand to post. I don't know what we're rolling.
Perception.
Ooh, 21 with a +1.
Guys, I got a +8 on perception, or +7 on perception, and I rolled a 1, so 8.
22.
Seems fitting at the moment.
We got the exact opposite.
Everyone went to 20 or higher.
All right, I got a 29.
Um,
Dang.
you can actually feel the ground beneath you begin to rumble a little bit. And you guys hear a very faint sound of something burrowing relatively close. It passes.
They're beneath us.
Our safe house may not be as safe as we thought.
They could have just been passing by.
I think it passed us.
Do they have sonar?
They probably have some type of vibration sense. Yes. Sheeran do.
Oh.
I'm sure Zool probably do.
Wait a minute.
This is
Are
true.
you telling me they're like T-Rexes? So if we just stand still, we'll be fine?
Nope. The vibrations still bounce off of you. You'd just be standing still.
Oh, so it's more like echolocation.
Yeah.
Okay. Hmm.
No, that's what blind sense is.
Yeah.
Hearing. This is
That's
more
what
like
we got.
tremors.
Vibrations.
I had a plan. I had a thought They're out here burrowing around. What if we burrow into their burrow and say this is our burrow now?
What?
I don't like that plan.
That burrow may surround the entire city, but it's an option.
Yeah. I mean, I see no problem. We dig a hole straight down into the tunnel they just dug underneath us. And then we collapse it on either side.
So that we are
Bang,
stuck.
boom. No, because then we just climb right on back out through clever ladder design.
Yep, great idea, Denver. We're gonna get right on that.
Actually,
No.
Denver may be onto something.
Worked
Not
out well the
whatever
last
you were
time.
talking about, but collapsing the structures.
We're going to ignore everything you said except the last part.
If we could find a way to get some explosives, maybe Eric has some we can use, something demolition wise. We could bring down, the entire system, possibly.
I mean, aren't they a hive mind?
Yeah.
It'd be quick.
If we can figure out a way to take out the head, then the rest kind of what? What do they do? I guess we don't know.
I mean, every swarm is connected to the swarm.
Mm.
What if we lay like a trap? They hate the nuclear isotopes. What if we place like as much explosives as we can, open up the nuclear isotope, and then when they all show up to beat it into submission, we just blow, and we can take out that scarab.
Yeah, Denver. What do you think about the nuclear isotopes? Full
That
of
made me real
radiation?
sick last time, so if we're going to do that, I'm staying in the truck.
I mean, we could probably.
Otto,
Yeah.
do you think that the creature beat the radiation into submission?
No, it beat the building into submission that collapsed on the radiation.
Okay, good. I'm just making sure.
Hey,
Do you want me to give you the exact description, or just speed things up? I can write you a whole essay if you want.
Just I don't know. You didn't know how the trunk worked. I was just making sure I didn't have to explain more things to you.
The trunk is magic. The radiation is only kind of magic.
radiation's is science. Shut your dumb mouth.
Yeah, but it's invisible science, so it's kind of like a magic.
No. No.
Kinda.
No,
A
sir.
little bit.
Magic and science are the same goddamn thing, just observed differently.
No.
You're fucking dumb.
Barracks. Wait.
Well, the miners and Eric might have something they can help us with the radiation. They might have a plan. That you might be onto something, but we have to go to Eric first to get the tools.
I thought our plan was to unite all the packs.
Well, Eric is
We
part
can
of
both.
the
Pack.
Well, why not both?
Yeah, I mean, so going to the packs and telling them that we have a plan is not the worst. So if we can kind of keep brainstorming the plan and have it in our head.
Maybe some of these packs know how to get around the radiation. Maybe they got some suits.
The swamp pack were the radioactive ones, but they're also the most
Boom.
hostile.
We should probably go see them then and just be like, hey, I heard y'all radioactive. Don't fight me.
So we
I
need to
already
beat
died.
them into submission. Got it.
Just like the scarab beat the radiation into submission.
Yes! We're
It
getting
worked.
it.
It worked.
Full circle. Full circle.
They might
Any
not
other-
take so kindly to us unless we have a little bit more support on our side. I mean, we have the iron hides, but
If we
mean-
want to get someone else on our side before seeking out protection from radiation, the wind hides and mitts might be the easiest to persuade.
I played a vid game once where there were some irradiated people that wouldn't even talk to you unless you got irradiated.
Talk about the children of Adam.
Maybe.
Well,
So, I mean, if anybody has to get irradiated, not it. Nose goes. I already did it.
I mean,
Aren't you
if
kind
anyone
of-
should get irradiated, you still have something to fulfill, so make another bargain. You should be good.
All right, I don't like the way that we're just talking about throwing away my life, all kinds of nonchalant, like. All right,
Now you know how we feel when you talk away about throwing away your own life.
it's different.
That's lesson learned. Exactly what I was going for. Thank you, Thrawn.
It's I make good plans that may or may not involve significant maiming of myself. Y'all are just like, oh, you could die, I guess. There ain't no end game.
That is the end game. We're in the end game.
Yeah, there's only one scenario where we actually pull this off.
I guess it's inevitable. All right.
One of the
I
Zool will go
am
ahead
Iron
and.
Man.
Is this how you guys always come up with your plans?
No.
Democracy. Oh.
Sometimes there's food. Wait, there is food. Yeah, no, this is it.
It's called brainstorming. Maybe you've heard of it. Sorry, we don't
Maybe
have a
you want
hive
to chime in and help instead of complain. Just saying.
Mind hurricane.
I think we were the ones that told you it'd be a good idea to put the packs together, give you information on the packs.
And is this brainstorm over? So you could still chime in.
I think it was our plan to ask you for a plan.
Hey, so that means any plan you came up with is actually our plan because we asked you. Boom! Transitive property.
Osmosis.
Science.
Right.
Magic.
Not the same thing.
Magic's
They
not
just
real.
sort of go back to their ration and continue to eat it.
I once read a story where there was this guy who didn't believe in magic. And it was just, magic was happening all around him, and it was just convenient that he was never looking when the magic happened. And it was very frustrating to read. And I don't want
was
us to be the
difficult
same
read.
way. I don't want us to be the same way. We need a plan, but I need you to understand that magic and science are very close to each other.
Okay, let's take a look at that map once more with all the towns. 'Cause we still have to worry about time, so we can't just go to, the Wind Hides and the Swamp Pack. We gotta plan a path. There was a map, right?
Yeah,
Well, how
you see
fast-
what Zool walks over to the chest, open it up, and pull out this large map of the planet.
Well, how fast does the truck go?
Well,
Okay.
we beat you.
It's also pretty loud.
That's true.
But if time is a matter, like how fast, Denver, how fast does the truck go?
The reason why we got the truck is so we can get to these places fast.
Mm-hmm.
Denver, did you pedal to metal the whole way there?
I mean, I would
Let
have
it
done it for
rip?
a little bit just to. I would have been like, all right, now let's see what it can do.
I mean, it tops out at probably like 65.
All right. It goes a measly 65.
And is this map have a scale? Or is it like hand drawn?
It's hand drawn. Very well
Okay.
done, but hand drawn. Does not have a sort
But
of scale on it.
But the Zool told us about how far it was, right?
Right,
or did
all
they, like-
based off of Mulmer had distances that were
Okay.
placed out.
All right, I'm gonna do some mathematics here. Figure out how long it would take us, going at average speed, to get to each place.
Okay.
What do you want me to roll? Physical science?
Yeah, physical
Yeah.
science.
Math check.
Math science.
Actually, I hope you have that as a profession for a math teacher, you nerd.
Yeah. Actually, a professor. Thank you very much.
I actually have 12 points in cartography.
Okay.
I rolled a 29.
A
so-
29 in math. You know how to math. Actually, let me get that pulled up here.
Do you remember there's a hideout 45 minutes north of Mintz?
Mhm.
There's a hideout 3 hours away from Olaf.
Yeah.
I missed
south-
the direction.
But those are
Southwest.
those are walking distances, right?
Correct. That's all
I
walking.
believe so.
Okay, so the average walk is. Yeah, okay. Easy.
All right. So based off the current hideout, where you guys currently are, walking distance is 2 hours to Mitz. Mulmer is 3 hours away. Olaf is 3 to 4 days away. Eric is 4 to 5 days away, and the last one is Zoltol, which is 5 days away as well. That's all walking distance. So Mitz, it probably, which is the wind hides, would probably take, I don't know, like
15 minutes.
like 20 minutes, something like that. Mulmer would probably take closer to like 45 minutes. Olaf would probably take a day. Eric would probably take 1 to 2 days. And Zoldel would probably take about 3 days to get there, all truck-wise.
Is that all from Mulmer?
That's all from this hideout, not from Ulmer.
And what if we were to hit them one after another? Would it be closer? Was it like a circle or something like that?
If we went to Mitz first, like,
It'd be easy to figure out.
Yeah, so
Math.
if you guys are trying to make a path out of this, the Mitz, so Mulmer's to the let's see. Sorry, I'm pulling up the map here.
Never eat shredded wheat.
Exactly. So Mulmer's 3 hours. This is, again, I'm just going to do hours for walking because that's how I have it written down. 3 hours. Mulmer's 3 hours west of this hideout. But Mitz is 2 hours to the east. Olaf is 3 to 4 days walking, heading to the northwest. And then Eric and Zoltol. Eric is west 4 or 5 days, and Zoltol is to the southwest by 5 days. So realistically, if you go Mitz, Olaf, Eric, Zoltol, you guys will have that half circle graphed out for you since you guys have already hit Mulmer.
And Josh, you know how awesome my note-taking skills are.
Yes, of course.
Is it the Cold Claw Bones that are the most hostile, or is that the Swamp Hide Pack?
The Swamp Hide Pack are the most hostile, but the Cold Claw also have a. They're more aggressive.
Yeah. Punch first, ask questions while punching was my description.
Yes.
I got shoot first.
Cold Claws will, if they don't know you or have, like, they are definitely more likely to throw a punch at you first and ask a question first. But the Swamp Pack will be more likely to kill you first.
Cool.
So the Cold Claws will probably do subdual, knock you out, and then interrogate. Compared to Swamp Pack, will you don't belong here, get out.
Define hostile.
Kill you.
Well, Ferrix. What's the shortest path? Can we hit a couple of these in one day?
I mean, certainly, but are we able to fast talk them?
Yeah, we're not pushing a button. So let's get to the first one and see what it is. Should we be careful making plans because they could change. We don't know if we could run into a contingent of swarm. We could run into a giant cavern that they created. We just need to take this one step at a time. I think the best way to proceed is to just get some rest. Should also be thinking about how we're going to sustain ourselves. We can stay warm now and stay out of the elements, which is really nice. Thanks, Rix. But I guess we have pills to sustain ourselves. Yeah.
Yeah, I pull out a handful. I've got 7 pills, all Jolly Rancher flavored.
We're pretty much perpetually set for ever, as long as neither one of those two die.
Oh, what's I mean the gas mileage and if we can refuel our truck, I guess is the only concern we have right now.
It's not solar powered.
You'll say
Let's see.
fingers crossed that it's a solar powered truck, but we'll find out. Bruce,
This episode brought to you by Tesla.
Gas or an electric vehicle?
It is an electric vehicle. You do not see any solar panels on it though, but it is an electric vehicle.
okay.
If we find solar panels, I could hook them up though.
It's
If only we
also
had some
true.
sort of battery charger
or two
generator.
of them.
I also have a cloak that, can kind of work too.
It's true.
Hit it with it.
Does your cloak do zappy damage?
No, it just charges things that I touch with it.
Oh,
But not
Oh.
like fully. It only does 4 charges.
So, what are we telling all the packs? What's our end goal?
The situation seems to be that it's all or nothing. They seem to be like, yeah, if we all band together, we could definitely do this.
How?
That is not something I know of. I was just told that
I'm sure
if we
it's a-
band together, we can do this.
United we stand. I'm
While
ready.
they distract the swarm, we'll take off in one of their ships.
Worst case scenario.
Just kidding. That's not
if
what
you
I
can
would
get
do.
me, if you
Sounds
can
like a
get me
vest
on
plan.
the ship, if you can get me on the ship, we can dip. That's all I'm gonna say.
If you could get me and Freedom 11 on like the mothership, we could probably sabotage it.
Are there
one-
ships like organic too? Is this like a Zerg situation or?
In my mind, yeah, that's how it's been.
Sabotage.
So,
We got
does
this.
the sw-
As
does
soon
the
as they
swarm
started
all have-
burrowing, I was like, Zerg. This is it's just Zerg now.
does-
Freaking lurkers everywhere, man. I swear.
That's what I thought. I thought we were gonna get with like freaking like spikes out of the ground. No, it's like we're dead.
Does the swarm
What's this
just
pink
have
icky
a
stuff everywhere?
bunch of cloacas also, or do they got buttholes?
Why?
They got pink starfish.
just,
Works.
just
I'm trying
auto.
to figure out
Why?
because how are we supposed to get on the? You said get me on the ship. I'm trying to figure out how we get on the ship.
Hey, my question
You're
still
3 steps
remains:
ahead of us.
why?
I saw this other instructional film where these people used hair like conditioner to defeat a giant mothership. Maybe that'll work here too.
I mean, I watched one where they gave
What?
him cold.
These are
Yeah.
references I actually am not landing. I don't.
Mine was Independence Day because they
Yep.
had to give. the
Mine was
mothership-
Evolution, but it was like it wasn't a mothership. It was like
That's
a
it.
giant monster.
I thought it was just a monster. I was like, wait a second.
It was a good movie though.
Anyway,
Ferris doesn't know.
the Zool will chime up. It is all organic. There may be
Like it.
some wires here and there, but it's mostly flesh.
But they don't like radiation.
I don't think anything with flesh likes radiation.
I know. I
We
know.
just bomb the shit out of them.
It's probably why they don't want the nuclear weapons around. So
Maybe the swamp people know how to make warheads.
We
It's a
know they
whole
already have
lot of-
nuclear weapons. They already have nuclear weapons somewhere in Mulmer. So they may not be too
May-
far off.
Maybe we can call. I'm going to look at the Zool and say this. Maybe we can call a neighboring planet and see if they have nukes that they can shoot at us to deal with the swarm.
I'm gonna request the no nuke shot at us.
I'm with Otto
Send
on
all
that
the
one.
nukes at this location now.
Danger close.
Danger gloves doesn't work with radiation.
Not with that attitude.
I think any attitude, really. I'm
And
just.
if anyone should know this, it should be you. um, the Zool sort of look at each other. We can try, but if other planets find out the swarm are here, there's no telling how they'll react for a chance to take it out.
Oh, they should nuke us.
Yeah, they're just gonna nuke the whole planet.
Yeah, that's fine by me.
Exterminatus.
I mean, they can do that all they want once I'm gone, but while
But
I'm here,
we
no.
don't know exactly how their governments will handle the situation. They'll see us as lives of few for the many.
No, I agree. That's why we don't fucking say anything for now.
It's always a possibility.
Well, we could talk this on the road. When are we leaving?
I look at Ferrix. Maybe a couple days.
You wouldn't happen to have a medical lab in this hobbit hole, would you?
What's a hobbit?
Would you
No.
like to know?
I do. I want to.
Please
I mean,
elaborate.
I don't know if it needs to be operational, but I'm sure there's a ship inside of Mulmer that probably has one. I don't know if it's going to be operational for you, but or if there's swarm protecting it, or who knows? Maybe there's people holed up inside of their ship still.
I don't know. Maybe we can just
You guys
travel
are more than
a
welcome
day.
also to stay here if you need to, or maybe you guys take the other way. Maybe you guys take the long way first, and you wrap around and you end closer to here. Gives you time to rest on the way there. It's an option.
I like the way you think.
We're a simple people.
Rix, do you think you could rest while on the move?
Sure. I've done it before.
Alright, let's get on the road.
Mm.
I'll drive real smooth.
On
Ain't
the
gonna be too
road
bumpy.
again.
Watch out for those giant holes.
Yeah, let me rig up some harnesses. That way, no one will fall out.
Yeah, so by the way, we can fit some people up in the cab with me. The rest of y'all are gonna have to ride in the bed.
Which is
Technically,
why
it's still a day. So as long as you guys all stay within 30 feet of each other, don't have to
Go
recast
in
it.
the bed.
Bed sounds comfy. Yes.
So where are we
Do we
going?
have
Are
to
we
keep
going-
Rick's conscious while we're all trying not to freeze in the back of the truck?
Nope, it just happens.
say it lasts 4 days. He has to stay awake for 4 days.
It's
I
a
thought it
very
was a
rough
day. I thought
spell.
it was a day. It was a day.
Are we going
It's
to
actually
Olaf?
per level slot, so it's a first level spell.
It is.
So it is
Um,
only one day.
Do you want me to roll to hook up harnesses, or do you want me just to say that?
Where are you getting the material to hook up these harnesses?
Round? I don't know. I take them off of other metal parts of the truck that don't seem necessary.
Why do we need harnesses?
Redundancies, even.
Because the
Frick.
bed, if we crash or anything like that, and people just go flying out.
The snow will pad the fall.
Don't
At
crash.
least we won't burn in a car crash.
I would like a harness.
Yeah, you should probably have harnesses.
I'm here for the
I'm-
ride.
A little
Um,
upset that you think I'm gonna crash.
Roll
first off.
Well-
roll engineering.
Also, like, let's say you need to like hit the gas, but I'm still shooting. I don't want to have to hold on. I want both my hands on the gun.
Well, I have a rope. We could use Denver's cane sword.
I
have
rolled a
rope also.
19 plus 13, so 32.
You find enough redundancies on the ship to go or on the ship. Hello, on the truck. To
You heard it
make
here first. We have a ship.
2 harnesses.
The land ship.
It's a land ship, guys.
Small.
Well, I'm mostly just making like hook points. That way, because I'm assuming their armor has some place they can clip a rope to.
mean, maybe with damaging the. I mean, I don't think most of their armors have belt buckles. I mean,
He was
maybe a
wearing leather.
spacesuit. If you were wearing a spacesuit, like they have like the hooks for them, you could do that with your.
Oh, like we're in 0G.
Yeah, exactly. You could do it that way. But that requires
Okay.
everyone to take off their armor and go into spacesuits, because you can't wear a spacesuit and armor at the same time.
I mean, what if I just took off their clips from their spacesuits? Put them on their armor.
Where are you gonna hook up the spacesuit, like the its actual mechanism, so that way when you're flying around in space, you're not just like tearing the clothing off. It's gonna be a mechanism that locks into each other
Called a carabiner.
with a lot of engaging locks.
I got 12 of them in my pocket right now.
He's like, I got these. I mean, so like making the actual hooks on the truck is not difficult, but like having them be able to attach to armor is gonna be the difficult part to it.
All right. Well, I made 2 then. Any long range shooters in the back will get one. I'm definitely get one. I can shoot farther than everybody here.
Just have faith in our pilot.
If someone wants to use my gun,
I'll take it.
So
It's
2
a
people
long
get
arm.
the.
gun.
it's a long arm.
I need to check my proficiencies. No. I have small arm proficiency.
I have long arm proficiency.
It shoots 120 feet.
Nice.
I have long arms.
And if you lose it, I'll just call it back.
Do you have anything I can throw?
No, you're going to be holding on to the edge of the bed because I only have 2 harnesses.
All right, you guys make the harnesses all set up. Freedom 11 and Otto are gonna be go ahead and harnessed in. Who's riding up front with Denver? I'm assuming actually, if you want 3 people up front, Domino's gonna have to go into the back.
I figured I'd be either in the
Yeah.
back or.
Hey, Domino, your fat ass can't sit up front. You're too damn big, bro.
But if I need to
understand.
take a really specific shot, your large size of holding me down and keeping me steady would be very helpful.
You're welcome.
But make sure you hold him with your good hand.
Yeah, I don't want.
This is
Don't
my
use
good hand.
If you could keep the gimpy one gloved, that would be great.
I'll hold you with my tail.
Also could do that.
Pretty much just going to be sleeping.
Okay, so we have Ferrix inside, sleeping. We have Denver inside. Is anyone else wanting to stay inside? I guess I would leave Thrawn, Zerat, or Kali. I'm assuming Kali has a rifle, so probably wants to be outside to be able to shoot the rifle.
Correct.
Okay, so the last spot is Thrawn or Zerat.
Well, Thrawn only throws grenades, so
Yeah, I've got long arms, so I can be outside.
I feel like we're saying only throws grenades. Like that's not going to be super clutch later when we have money.
And grenades
He
that
also
deal
throws.
damage.
He also throws some like bad roasts and some encouraging words.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so
I mean, is there like a slider? Can I like yell
Yeah.
out the back window?
Exactly.
we
Okay,
have
then
we
we're
have
good.
comms.
No. Have to have line
I
of sight.
don't care if we have comms. I asked if we had a slider.
You
Can I
do
use
you
your
do
small
look
gun
at the
in the middle?
back. You do look at the back, and it's just the truck bed that sort of like raises up. So I mean, you have a slider, but you can't really see anyone out it.
Yeah, I have the power now, so all of
Okay.
you, if you fuck around, I'm dumping you.
Do you,
Well,
do you want me
3
to
of
use
us
your gun?
will be fine.
Yeah, exactly.
As we get in the truck, I'm just going to point it out. Hey, Cap, that's the one to raise the bed.
You do realize that the battery is about 75% charged.
Okay.
Pretty good.
So you guys go ahead
Yeehaw.
and head on that way. And I just want to confirm, are you guys wanting to go ahead and heading to,
First one.
yeah, furthest one, which is Zoltol. which for everyone's reminder, that is the barbaric Night Stalkers.
Perfect.
Last name.
They hunt at night.
Because they're just hunters.
Yeah, they just hunt people at night.
They're not the most or second most hostile.
Right.
Just the third most.
Exactly. As you guys go ahead and begin to drive, no sort of issues. You guys do notice that some of the holes, not all of them, probably roughly about 20% of them, you do see sort of like a black acre get to like the surface, but it doesn't overflow.
Is it warm? Is it steaming?
I'm not touching it.
Curious.
You do see there is a steam coming out of the ichor. You don't have to like touch it to see if it's warm, but you can absolutely see that there's steam coming out of it.
Hold on, are they terraforming?
Is this what your homeworld looks like, Surat?
Fursies? No.
Sorry, I just assumed.
As you guys begin to continue on, 2 days go by without any sort of issue. So everyone who was missing HP, you guys can get your HP back, or 8 of your HP back, and then reduce any poison if anyone is still poisoned. Is anyone still, or is that the last 2 for you, Ferrix?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
I'm good.
Everyone is no longer poisoned, but after the 2 days, you have roughly about 25% power remaining left in the vehicle.
Can I do some downtime while we're driving?
Of course.
Maintain armor? I'll just do that for both days because it only lasts for a day.
Okay.
I would like to do some downtime while I'm driving.
Can't.
That's entertainment. I'm just gonna sing really loud the whole time.
Okay.
Good thing I'm a heavy sleeper.
Oh god, now they're rolling.
I'm assuming you're just looking around. You guys are doing watches at night, or at night. But at this point, you guys are roughly, like I said, you guys are 3 days out from Zoltal. But you guys have 25% of your battery left. You guys, Denver, you can do math, and you can see that you have roughly about every day costs about 25% of the battery.
All right. Hey, gang. We got about a day's worth left of battery on this thing. We're going to need to figure out either how to charge it or find a spot to charge it sooner rather than later. That's over comm, so everybody can hear it.
Did we not have the battery charger?
Yeah, will our portable charging packs work on the car battery, or is that not science?
It's magic. You can absolutely go ahead and try and see if it's compatible.
Should we pull over and give it a shot?
Sure. Let's find out.
All right. I'm going to, just kind of, I'm assuming there's nobody else out here.
You guys are absolutely in a frozen wasteland.
Holding up my thumb.
I've recast it every day. So.
Yeah, I figured as much. Denver, you go ahead and grab one of the portable charging stations and go ahead and hook it up to the battery. Thrawn, you go ahead and look at the gauge, and you slowly see it going up, but you can tell if it's going to definitely take some time, similar to how it would be like charging batteries or anything like that.
Stretch your legs, set a perimeter. Let's not get dead.
I'm already set perimeter. You don't even need to say anything.
Side Quest Live, thank you so much for the raid. Big appreciated. Welcome on in.
Heyo.
But it takes quite some time. The entire recharging station goes empty, and you guys gain 50% battery. So you guys are back up to that 75, but you guys are now completely down one of your portable charging stations until it needs recharged.
All right. So that took all the juice that this thing had. We got 3 days worth of battery roughly. So, yep, that's the thing.
So at least we can get back if we need to. All right, where do we start looking?
You guys still are 2 days out from Zoltol. So, I mean, you guys still have some travel left to do. Again, you guys keep going. How did you guys want to approach Zoltol? Did you guys want to just drive on in? Did you guys want to park away, walk up, or?
I assume anyone that's not swarm is probably welcome at this point.
Okay.
I think we should definitely make sure we approach during the day, not when they're out hunting. If we can make that work, Denver.
Give it a shot, I guess.
Okay.
I wonder if that insignia, that the what were they called?
The Iron Tooth.
The Iron Hides. Iron Tooth. I wonder if that still
Iron Tooth Pride
applies here.
You did, or Thrawn did give that back to the group, so that way they could go ahead and walk back, saying like, "Hey, this group did protect us." So the guys currently don't have.
I got this. Don't worry.
Exactly. It's gonna be great. But you go ahead, park it outside of the city, as it is getting to night the day before, when you guys could have arrived at night. But you guys get held pulled off. Wait till the following day. The next day arrives. You guys pull up to Zoltol. The town is in worse shape than Mulmer was. Most of the buildings have been completely leveled. There are a couple still standing. One in particular that it looks definitely damaged, but still has a lot of barricades outside of the building, as well as fortifications to the building itself. Is what almost looks like a large church, not quite cathedral size, but still quite a large church, about 4 stories tall. But you do see what looks like a sun with a Z that's been carved into the sun. But you guys, exactly, have arrived to Zoltol, and that is where we will go ahead and wrap up for this evening. Thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out. I really do appreciate it. Thankfully, Denver didn't have to worry about making a new character or playing a new character. It was good to have Denver stay.
I have them ready.
Oh, I know you do. But it was good to have Denver still going. Couple of things, guys, real quick. After the show tonight, we will be having a interview with a couple of the players, chatting about what they think about the story so far, where they come from as a sort of tabletop background, what choices they made as their character, why, and a little bit behind the scenes of the show here at We Run the Stars. But super, super important, guys. This Saturday, we will be doing another episode of We Run the Stars. We are doing a 24-hour stream here on the channel. 100% of the proceeds does go to Riley Children's Hospital with Extra Life. So make sure you guys come by and swing by for that. That's going to be 10 a.m. to 10 a.m. I guess technically it's a 25-hour stream. It's been brought to my attention because daylight saving time. But it is 24 hours because I say so. But
didn't you do that last year too? Did you also get hit with a 25er for that reason?
Probably, because I choose really good weekends to do a 24-hour stream.
I think it was the weekend after, because I think daylight savings already hit when I came to visit.
Yes,
how would you know, Ian?
Yeah,
because I try to keep track of when daylight savings time is, because my friends are all in other time zones.
That's fair.
So
well, maybe you should leave the desert.
I mean, maybe.
So make sure you guys here at 10 o'clock. We're going to be playing some different tabletop games, RPGs, as well as some video games. So make sure you guys are around for that. We do have some cool incentives so far. There will be a couple of merch giveaways that will be going on with some J-Brews merch. There is going to be a Shadowrun 6th edition, Seattle edition PDF that will be going out as well. And I believe we have something from Paizo that will be going out as well. So some really cool stuff going on, guys. Really do appreciate it. Again, it's going all 100% going to Riley Children's Hospital. Very, very big deal here. Other than that, if we can go round the room real quick, just everyone give a smaller version of your spiel for your channel, so we can go ahead and get into the interview, so that way we don't have those people staying up super late. I'd appreciate it. But we'll go ahead and start with Thrawn.
Hi, everybody. Short and sweet. I have a meeting this weekend to talk about my future with an esports organization, an amateur esports organization. So more to come.
Heck yeah. I also saw that there may be some issues with commands tonight, so that might be a thing. If you just want to type out the hyperlinks, I know that's annoying, Matt. I'm sorry. JJ, Auto.
I go JRobin7X on Twitch. I'm playing Destiny tomorrow. I've taken a small break, but I'm back. So, boom. Tomorrow.
Beautiful. And then Denver, the Not
Hey, what
Dead
up?
Tiefling.
Yep, Denver the Not Dead Tiefling is a great title for a kid's book. So I'm Ian. You can find me twitch.tv/IanFlux. Come hang out. I play a lot of Destiny. I play TFT now that the new set is out. I am more or less a variety streamer with a home game of Destiny. So come hang out. It'll be rad.
Fantastic. And we are partnered with Geek Elite Media. Fantastic group of individuals that are helping us push our podcast out. They have all sorts of different podcasts depending on what your nerdy needs are. You guys like old Marvel TV shows, you like the new MCU universe, comics, all that stuff. Make sure you guys go check them out over at geekelitemedia.com. And then Domino, Donnie, I'm still not used to you being a streamer. So if you want to go ahead and give yourself a shout out and then tell people where to find the podcast version.
Yep. You can find me streaming at Donnie Streams Games. That's Donnie with an IE. Streams Games. I'm streaming Pathfinder Kingmaker right now, and sometimes I do VR games. Sometimes, or maybe eventually I'll move on, but that might be hours from now. Also, we upload the podcast edition of We Run the Stars to wherever you listen to podcasts, whether that be Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio. Yeah, if you listen somewhere else, it'll probably be on your service. So check us out.
Absolutely, absolutely. And just, guys, 24-hour stream will be uploaded to YouTube as its own thing. It will be cut down again for the We Run the Stars, and it will also probably be uploaded to podcasts for the We Run the Stars portion. This will be uploaded on YouTube Monday, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, youtube.com/jbrews11. It's going to be fantastic. And then I will probably be live tomorrow. I believe we are still doing raid night tomorrow on Destiny, ? Maybe, I don't know.
We haven't talked about it in like a week, so I'll toss it out there and
Cool,
see.
great. We might be doing that. If not, it will be Tarkov night. Yes, yay.
If you need 2 to 3 people on Destiny, I got some dudes.
Cool. We will make sure to reach out if we need it. Got you, fam. But yeah, that's it, guys. Thank you guys so much for coming in tonight. We are going to go ahead and go to the Be Right Back screen. I need to stretch my legs, get something to drink, and then set up the overlay for tonight for our interview. So we will guys see you guys later. Thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out. And we'll see you Saturday for more We Run the Stars. Have a good night, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
hi, hello, we're here. We do have the good old Zerat and Freedom 11, aka Matt and Olivia. Both of them actually were longtime D&D players of mine. I think Olivia was in one of the first groups I ever ran. And Matt has just been in a D&D campaign with me for I think the last 6 years.
I was gonna guess 10.
Limley did.
Too soon, guys.
Never to live it down.
Close to that because my first D&D was on my 20th birthday. So, because that's what I do on my 20th birthday. Let's go.
I was also cool when I was in my 20s.
Wait, you're not in your 20s anymore?
Wait, well, when I turned 20. I'm always cool. Moral of the story.
So, if we'll go ahead and start with Matt. Matt, if you want to go ahead and sort of just go over just a little bit of what your tabletop background is, and then why you chose Zerat as the race class combination, and why you chose some of the quirks he has.
Yeah, so I guess my first ever D&D game or tabletop RPG in general was 3.5 edition. I think I played for 2 sessions with Josh, and then 5e came out not too much longer, and I've been doing that ever since. Tried to get into Shadowfinder 5th edition. Did not like it, but I kind of set myself up for failure trying to go for a Technomancer as my first character. So I would say I learned from that experience with Zerat, actually. Because 6th edition Shadowrun, I went with something I was a little bit more familiar with, and that was Spellcasters. And then Zerat, I'm like, all right, it's a new system to me, not going to make the same mistake, so I just went with something simple from the core rulebook, not the PHP. And, Spellcaster is what I like, usually something more divine or clericy or supporty in nature. So when I saw the Sheeran, I'm like, all right, it's kind of like a mixture between a cleric and a druid. And then there's nothing like an alien race in Shadowrun or D&D. So I'm like, I'm going to go lean into something like that. So looked at the Sheeran or the Sheeran aspect of it. Thought it was kind of cool with their backstory with the swarm and breaking away, and individualism is huge for them. I'm like, all right, I can get behind that one. So I wanted to stick to something basic. Well, basic as core rulebook. I'm not like Donnie, where I'm into every single Alien Archive 15, know how to pull rules from here, there, and yeah. So I'm like, I'm just something familiar. I can heal people. I'm a people pleaser. Yeah, and then Zerat. I had a low charisma, so I'm like, all right, how am I gonna play that out? Because with his background or my backstory, more or less, I come from a secluded colony on the dark side of Verces, so they have their own little mini culture, and they're all about communities and values. So I'm like, how can I be that that go-to person, or the I get along with everybody and have a -2 charisma? So I'm like, I'll just be very friendly but extremely awkward. So that's how I've been rolling it, and he's been really fun. He's a host too. I thought that was kind of a cool aspect about the sheer and how they have 3 genders. So I'm like, all right, so I kind of rolled that into my backstory a little bit. Have many children, but no one knows yet.
Spoilers.
Spoiler alert.
And then sort of same 3 questions with you, Liv. I know you're only here part-time with us, while Laura's here sort of being a mom. So if those of you who didn't know in chat, Baby Bruce is on the way. And Mama Bruce had to take some time off because waking up early, for one, a job is just crap. Who does that? But 2, being tired and nauseous all the time is not super fun, and then try to do a show and then also try to wake up early. So she took some time off. She will be back. So if you guys do hear people talk about Sunny just randomly here and there, it's because that's who she is. But yeah, Liv, if you want to go ahead and tell us a little bit about your tabletop background, and then why you chose Freedom 11, and it'd be a good time.
Yeah. Gosh, many moons ago, I started with 5th edition D&D, and that was with our good old J Brews. And I've been on the good old D&D train ever since. Play a little bit of Pathfinder, a little bit of, Shadowrun.
Oh yeah, we did a Kingmaker session for a little bit. That Pathfinder rule set. That was
Yeah,
pretty fun.
Pathfinder 3, yeah. And then we, 3.5 or whatever. I don't know. And then we moved it into D&D, whatever.
Yes.
But
So why the Android?
why the Android? I've never really played any Android type character before, so I thought it would be really fun. And I just kind of liked the idea of being kind of like space traveler. I travel the whole galaxy, universe, everything. Um, and I felt like the perfect backstory it was to free the droids, because they were enslaved. All you jerks, free the droids. And
Yeah.
so, it's just a great way to,
Tie it all in.
yeah.
That's really cool. I appreciate that. Thank you guys for sharing. Um, yeah, Starfinder is a very interesting system. It has a lot of crunch to it compared to 5th edition, and but not as much crunch as other systems that we might have played. So it's this nice little bubble where it can get crunchy on certain things. Thankfully, we have someone who likes to read the book forward and backwards between Drew and Donnie.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of that is what you guys don't see is like you guys think we have a lot of conversation now in the group chat, but like Monday and Tuesday, it's me and Donnie like watching the episode or listening to the podcast and then chatting about like these different rules. Like, oh, like we just did it live on show, just did it this way just to figure out. But this is actually how it actually runs. And me and Donnie, that's typically our Monday and Tuesdays throughout the day is just talking about different rules. But I personally like a little bit crunchier. I know a lot of people like the more like softer rule set, and you guys just go role playing more. Do you guys think that this little bit of a crunchier rule set and group size makes it more difficult to role play, or do you guys think that we have a solid niche of people that sort of ebb and flow type thing?
Yeah, with 8 people, it's pretty hard not to talk over people, but I wouldn't say it's more difficult. I'd say it's just different. You got to know when to let someone else speak or when let these group of people finish out their role play scene and stuff like that. As far as the crunch goes, I don't mind it. It's still pretty similar to what I'm used to. I like combat's always been one of my favorite things in an RPG, and I like their system where you have the swift, the free, the movement action, the standard action, and then full actions that can combine it all. So Mystic doesn't have a lot they can do with full action, or maybe they do, and I just am unaware. But seeing other the stuff that Ian can do with their operative and other or in Donnie or any other combat martial class, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I'd say, sometimes the combats can feel a little long with all of us, but I just, sometimes when you're in big groups, they can just fall apart. But I feel like everyone we have as a whole just so good at, you know, working together and like yeah, every now and again there's a little talking over each other that happens, but I'd say everyone does a really great job, and it's so enjoyable to be in a group this big and to see how everybody plays their character and how their characters evolve.
I completely agree. That's one other thing. I mean, Matt knows, and I'm pretty sure Liv was in part of it originally. But like every time I play D&D or a system that allows a large group, you best believe I will probably be pushing the higher end of the spectrum for group sizes because I really like the way that some classes can work together. Or for this one, like with the space combat, which Liv hasn't had a whole lot of chance to interact with, but it feels really, really good when everyone has a role. Like we have this many people, and it fills up a ship, and no one is doing another person's role.
Yeah.
So that's what I think I really, really enjoy about it. but also the classes itself sort of feel open enough where you're not overtaking a lot of other people. Yeah, I mean, sometimes I feel like if you were to throw an auto or a Freedom 11 in, they sort of both shoot things. Yeah, they sort of do stuff, but you also have like the flavors of, well, Freedom 11, once she gets melee up close, will be able to can actually like toss back and forth between melee and range really easily compared to autos. Like, I need to be 4 buildings over. But I think it's really cool how the large group has a dynamic where not everyone's role is sort of taken because there's just so many different things you can do. There's so many like race and class combinations that it's insane and hard to come up with. Like, oh well, everyone half the party is going to be a fighter because the fighter is the best thing in the game.
Yeah, and with all of like the additional content outside of the core rulebook, like there's the epiphanies for mystics, or there's archetypes for every class. Like this, the amount of customization within the class alone, with all your subtypes and things you can swap in and swap out. Like if I didn't have Hephaestus, I'd be completely lost because I'm like, oh wait, I can do this. I can take this tradition and swap this out. So it's a lot, and I think wasn't until last level when I leveled up that like some of that stuff unlocked. I'm like, oh, I can completely kind of change how Zerat is now by taking some of the stuff. Because I mean, I had Mystic Cure, which is a pretty good healing thing, and I had my touch thing that I could do, but it would be 10 minutes to heal them. Whereas now I can just kind of drop some stuff that I had maybe tried to RP with once or twice, but I've never really ever used to heals, which have been really good in these past couple episodes. So, and that's that's the role I wanted to fill, because I mean, I know Ferrex does magic, but he doesn't heal. And magic healing is always gonna outpace whatever medkits and stuff you can do, but they'll still have their place.
And it's not like you. I mean, you and Thrawn both heal technically, but you guys do a different kind
Different
of healing,
pools,
which is I think is really cool. Like, cause like D&D is like, oh, I had like our friend Travis had a fighter who was like, oh, I have 300 HP at level 17. I was like, okay, so how do I like talk about you losing hit points when it's just like your hit points is massive? But stamina, it's like, oh, you can visibly see your character getting more and more tired, and then once you get into the HP, then you start seeing those physical wounds and the time that takes to actually heal them up. I really, really enjoy the split pool health system they have.
Yeah, and no shade to Shadowrun, but I enjoy that kind of split much better than the stun tracker and the physical damage tracker.
I didn't even think about that, but yeah, I mean they also have two, but I mean a lot of times if you fill up on one, you're probably going to suffer the other one.
Exactly.
So we'll go ahead and start with you, Matt. We'll start with sort of giving like we went over like the backstory or like give a small intro to your backstory and like who Zerat is. But starting at like level 1, did you know that Zerat was going to be a caster healer, or did you know that he was just going to be a mystic that really wanted to help people? And then as you leveled up, what feats and stuff did you take to really mold that character you have going into your mind?
Yeah. So I mean, I did a little bit of research into Starfinder before I went in and found out, what was the good thing, what's a trap, because with my brief experience with Pathfinder, I knew that like you had to plan your builds out well in advance because of all the feats and the prerequisites and stuff that go along with that. So all I knew is that I was going to be some type of healer, maybe utility control type caster, and then have a long arm as well that I can use whenever I run out of spell slots. So that's all I had. As far as their backstory, they're just called out to adventure. They don't really have a big goal. They're just kind of a diplomat in some ways, even though like they're not very charismatic, but they still gotta represent where they're from, and just to learn, report back, and always add to the ever-growing Akashic record and praise Waydan. But yeah, that's what I was going for. So I took the long arm proficiency, my first level for that feat. Took some of the the must-have spells, healing, doing some damage. I one-shot a goblin. By the way, now that I hit level 4, took the mind thrust. Now does 4d10 instead of 2d10 at level 2. So
that checks out.
That's
not
a fun
broken at
one.
all. It's fine.
No, that's like when Denver had to learn some manners and got mind thrust, and it was 6d10 psychic damage. I was like, enjoy it. They're like, oh wait, I'm almost dead. I was like,
You're insane.
manners.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that's really cool. That's insane damage though, and I'm not ready for that to come through in any game at all.
No, I mean, but hey, I still can't do anything about someone getting poisoned other than like, feel better, buddy. Come on, you can. Oh, dang it, you died. Well then.
And that's why you play a droid.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I was also really thinking. Like, I was looking through after after last week's session when we had the death from poison, and I was like, there's absolutely like no way to get rid of poison besides just
like it's not
deal
just like
with
there's nothing Zerat could do. It's nothing that a mystic could have done level 1.
I don't think there's anything anyone could do at that low
Roll
level.
well and hope for the best.
Like have a high con. Like I just learned like, oh, con isn't a dump stat in this game. In case you guys were wondering.
Yeah.
Because poisons will kill you, and you don't have to go down to 0 HP. It's just like, oh hey, you get to the bottom of the track, you're dead. Which another thing I really enjoy because I don't think there's a really many poisons out in other games or diseases in other games that really go into like, oh, follow this track, and then if you fail it too many times, you just die.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you take HP because you didn't save. Oh, you take HP because you didn't save, and then you just whittles you down until you hit 0. Then you die.
Yeah, and it's not like the first couple effects are. I mean, the first one is mild, but then the second one's like, or maybe it is the first one's like you're encumbered no matter what. It's like, all right, I failed once. Oh, now I can't move, more than 5 feet per 6 seconds, and it's
unless you get naked.
Yeah. And then you're on a planet that doesn't allow you. It's like, what? What do you mean?
It's like, and now I'm freezing my balls off.
All right, so I either die from the poison or die from the atmosphere. Which way do I want to go?
Yeah, and that's what I was looking at when I was leveling up, saying like, all right, what kind of buffing spells or curse removal spells can I get? So they had like a lesser restoration, but this version didn't seem too good. So the other level 2 spell I took was like remove condition. So when people are paralyzed, stunned, frightened, a certain list of stuff, I can remove that one. So I'm like, yeah, there's something else Zerat definitely would do, but being that communal part of just his essence is what I'm going for.
Yeah. And then Liv started saying with you, like, I know you sort of got tossed in at level 3. You're like, hey, and thanks for coming into Starfinder. You're level 3. And also, like, oh, hey, we found out today that they're not playing anymore. Can you hop in? That'd be great.
It was a bit of a whirlwind, and, my first character was completely different than Freedom 11. But,
some reiterations.
Freedom 11.
Some iterations went through.
And I got to start at level 3, so I had most of my stuff already, and then I already kind of shifted. So, like, at first I took, like, arm extensions, because that sounds kind of cool. You can, like, extend my arms out, and then, of course, the, quick draw, because I want to be able to quick draw those weapons, especially if I'm going to be switching between them, because I want to be able to be useful long range and short range. And then at level 4 I took stand still, so I want to be able to protect people like our poor old Ferrix, who got who's right there, and I just couldn't help him. So these bitches, they can't get past me. I'm gonna protect and bap.
Yeah, it's similar like the Sentinel feat, Matt, if you didn't know. So, like, if she takes an attack opportunity, they can do their whole rest of their turn, but they literally can't move from that spot. So it's a good second level of, hey, no one gets past me. Stop.
Yep. And then I can even do stuff without, unarmed strike too. So, like, no weapons, long range, I got it all.
Very well rounded.
Yeah, the first time I ever played Starfinder, when we were trying to start it up, I had an android operative too. So the android race is really cool. With all the stuff you can do and all the stuff you get.
Yeah, my last one was Leona.
Yes. Human fighter or human soldier.
Barbarian.
Soldier.
Huge,
yeah.
Soldier.
But yeah, so you guys both have played, like the last time we run, or I guess it was Sarventurers back in the day. It wasn't long lived in any sort of But how do you feel going into like the last time going into this time? Do you guys feel like everything sort of makes more sense, or like how do you feel like comparing the two experiences?
Way less confused. And having a fest.
Hephaestus.
Yep, that. Sorry, can't pronounce things. It's 12:30, and but it's really made things easier for me to understand because I feel like every time I went to open the book, even though I've read through books like these before, they're all different. You
Yep.
know, it's like I look at it, be like overwhelmed.
Mm-hmm.
So like I feel like when I built my last character, it was like I kind of did what I wanted, but I didn't really like figure out what I actually wanted. So I'm just way more invested this time.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then last time I think we barely got to touch it before we really did anything with it. So this was my first time going to something where I came off of We Run the Night, with the Shadowrun crew. So I'm like, I know how long those seasons went. So I'm like, this one's probably gonna go a good amount of distance. So
Yeah.
Did a little bit more research this time going into it, but it's been fun. Learning the rules is not a huge jump from D&D 5th edition, but I still have to keep in mind that casting a spell can provoke opportunity attacks and the different types of movements and
Yeah.
the difference was between the two. But I like it. It's
Good.
it's space.
It's not Shadowrun.
It's not Shadowrun. Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, this is episode 19 already, which is absolutely mind blowing. I think we've only taken 1 week off.
Mhm.
So it's been almost 19 weeks straight, which sort of blew my mind earlier when I was typing in the episode. I was like, "Excuse me, huh?"
That's one away from 20. Yeah.
Right. I was like, "Hold on, that's like 4 months, 5 months. Help."
Mhm.
Help.
But no, I mean, and we're just now hitting level 4.
Mhm.
And I think like it's starting to like experience starting to ramp up exponentially as these games do. So like first 4 levels, great. You now have the intro to your character. Now we get to like the beef of it.
Yeah. Welcome to
Saving the
Ontario.
world.
Exactly.
Destroying the swarm.
Yeah,
Swarm.
those are choices. But I'm excited to see exactly where this campaign goes. Honestly, guys, I hope you're ready because it's as far as I've mapped it out, it's probably going to be like 100, 120 episodes worth of content for this season.
So, how do you map out a campaign where we have a spaceship that can jump anywhere? How do you do that?
OneNote is a fantastic tool for DMs out there, especially if you run online campaigns.
Spaceship?
Yeah, please, Microsoft, please, hello.
You create the whole galaxy.
I really do. So I have a whole subset for each the near space, for the vast, and for the packed worlds. And then each planet, I put 4 quests on each planet, no matter, so that way you have stuff to do on every planet. And then I do a crap ton of research on especially the packed worlds, because that's where we started. So I did a lot of research on the packed worlds and sort of what every race sort of what is either there or excuse me how like the governments and stuff hacked out. But I thought doing 2 continents for a 3-year-long campaign was a lot, like interactions. But when you add planets and galaxies, it sort of adds scale to a lot of it. And I just hope for the best. Everyone always asks me, "Hey, you ready for Thursday?" I was like, "No, because you guys have a drift engine." This whole like, "Hey, we're stuck on this planet." I'm like, I can now be prepared for stuff. And that was a sort of the part that's sort of difficult for this game because with most like role-playing games, you get a reputation because you guys either work in a certain place or you become known in the land or some other sort of way. You guys begin to learn who you are. But you guys were doing a quest here, jumping to this planet. Doing a quest here, jumping to this planet. Doing a quest here, oh, we're wanted. Let's go jump this galaxy. I'm just like, there's no way for you guys to like earn renown and all the other cool stuff that like you get from spending time in this universe, but it's also really, really cool because there's so many places to explore. And that's what really, like, I love about this system is this whole galaxy isn't in any book. It's completely planned out. I wrote out every single planet, wrote out how, like, everything sort of functions. Like, this is my favorite part, is the world building part aspect of it. And so I get to build worlds instead of just one. So it's just a lot of content that I get to do. I mean, it makes my week, if I'm not playing a video game, I'm thinking about Starfinder or working on something for Starfinder. But I hope that sort of answered your question. It's just a lot of prep time. Like, Shadowrun, I did probably about like 2 or 3 hours a week of prep. Starfinder, I do about 10 to 15 hours of prep.
Yeah, fun stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's worth it though. It's been a good story so far. Ups, downs, deaths.
Yeah,
Near
that
death.
was something special.
Technically, we liberated an entire android city before we found Freedom 11. So,
well, they weren't androids; they were just robots.
just robots. I thought they were androids.
They were droids, but not androids.
Oh.
Go into this campaign a little bit with. We'll start with Zerot because you've been here for a little bit longer. You had a couple more episodes under your belt. The group had a very wonky start to space travel and sort of where they put priorities. How did Zerot feel about, like, how they went on Kabarat on Abalon and had a city that should be named something else but was the complete opposite of what Kabarat is now, especially that Zerot's been to both Kabarats. And how does that sort of transfer it into, like, the scene that you saw, like, Denver expire because of poison and not being able to save him? Like, how does that character growth feel for Zerot? Or is Zerot sort of still feeling a little bit distant but starting to grow towards the party members?
So I kind of built Zerot naive because I am also very naive about these systems. So I can play it out pretty well, but wide eyed, always observing, just taking stuff in. So towards the beginning, that's what he was doing with the group. He was just looking around like, all right, okay, I've heard of Starfinder groups before. I'm guessing this is this is just what it's supposed to be like. So, it was very weird, probably, but to him, he's just like, all right, this is how it goes. So he's got his special, backstory stuff with Ferric. So he already knew him and used that connection to be like, all right, well, we've got our plan for something eventually in the future, and we're with these people for a reason. So it's like, all right, kind of twofold. I'm like, oh, let's get some money, get some prep stuff, and do these people have the stuff? Or like, oh, that bear guy couldn't cut it. So that was the first one down, and then we got Collie, and now Sunny's hanging back, and we're getting stuff. So Zerat's just wondering, like, all right, is this also just supposed to be how it goes? So maybe I shouldn't get too attached to all these people. Are we friends? Are we family? Are we just working together trying to survive? So it's weird. It's weird for him because of how close everybody was in the colony he came from to this brand new world plus 3 more. So he's definitely getting closer to people, but he's still figuring it all out.
Sure. And then Freedom 11, you were literally pulled from the drifts into a spaceship, put into a firewall, and said, "Hey, don't go anywhere." But how does, I mean, you guys have been in a group together now for 5 days, 4 days?
5 days. 4.
No, 6 days now because it takes 5 days of travel from the hideout to, so 5 or 6 days. I mean, does Freedom 11 even feel any sort of way about the group?
I honestly would say Freedom 11 is still pretty jarred and confused, after 200-300 years feels like an eternity stuck in nothingness, no body, you kind of get a little, you know, crazy, even if you're not showing it. Um, and so Freedom 11, you know, gets pulled onto this ship, getting accused of who knows what, fucking stuck in firewalls, and, grateful to have a body. So that makes Freedom 11, a little bit, um, feel a little bit closer to the group and be willing to help them. But then, all these freaking bugs come in and they're just trying to squash us, and who knows. So we'll see where it goes from here. But I have, Freedom 11 is definitely starting to feel some emotions towards everyone, but the confusion and the jarring of finally being back in the body is definitely kind of making a confused mess up here, trying to figure out how my body works. My muscles don't quite work. I creak when I should be sneaky. It
Just
give
can't
it
win
some
them all.
time.
Exactly.
Right.
Um. Yeah. So that's pretty sweet. I think that's one of the things that I like seeing the most. And We Were in the Night had a very, I mean, with 3 seasons, we had a large sort of timeline to be able to see, you know, people change. Dobrik going from, oh, hey, everything's great, and then to, hey, so we need to go to a resort.
Yeah. I need to go take care of this problem.
Right.
And I still don't know what take care of means, so let's just kind of figure it out.
We'll figure it out when we get there. So it's one of the things I really like to see, especially because, I mean, let's see, looking at the group, I mean, I know you, Travis, Drew, JJ, Ian have all been on extended shows of mine. And we also had, you playing with me for 6-7 years on other tabletops. But then we have Liv, we have Hannah, we have Laura, who are all new people to the shows and to like the tabletop group in general. So I want to ask both of you, because I know like a lot of these people like you've never met really in real life before. You may have come out a couple times here and there. But what's it like to go from not really know anyone to actually like transitioning to, hey, I play with these group of people consistently as well?
I feel like it's almost a great icebreaker. I've always definitely been a little bit awkward in person. So meeting through the interweb space is good for me. And it kind of helps me get a gauge of people. And it's a nice way because, you know, instead of having to meet someone when they're all tense from traveling across from God knows where, they're relaxed, they're home, and they get to be themselves.
Yeah, I wouldn't know because Han doesn't say anything. So no, it's good. It's yeah, it's meeting friends on the internet. Kind of hey, you play RuneScape, I play RuneScape. Let's do these quests together, and you meet people from Xbox Live you still talk to years later. So my dad met someone, and we went to Canada for a wedding. So it's it's new friendships. So bonding over a mutual interest is it's a special thing.
Yeah. It's really about it. I guess big moments. This is mostly going to be for user up because you've only been, I think now this is your 3rd episode, Liv, maybe 2nd. Where do you guys feel about the story going right now? I mean, it's been obviously you got jumping from different planets. It's a little bit like difficult to see like the overarching story, maybe because we know there's an overarching story even currently happening. But one, do you enjoy like the different jumps, going to different places, exploring different planets, galaxies, so on, or are you enjoying more of this? Hey, we're stuck here until we figure this out. How do you feel about the swarm attacking and stuff like that? So we'll start with you, Matt. Sort of like from episode 1 to 19, like how do you feel about the campaign so far and big moments you really enjoyed?
Yeah. the opening for this campaign, and a lot of role play campaigns, is just throwing out a bunch of plot hooks and just kind of seeing which one sticks. And especially when you have a spaceship and the vast space out there, anything's possible. We could do anything, go anywhere. So uh beginning, it was a structured, hey, here's this mission, but you're a level 1 character, level 2 character, get your feet wet, learn the system. And now opens up, and now it's definitely feels like a completely different game from way back when. But I like, I like everyone's backstory. We have like 3 people now involved with the Vest government, so and then figuring out about Otto and Denver's gambling problems, or whatever that word is it's fun to learn all that stuff. But now it's like, put all that stuff on hold. This is what's in front of you right now. So the swarm attack, I mean, I was expecting something to happen when we got to these cities. I'm like, all right, here we go, this mining town, bust, good laugh, fine, Android or Freedom 11 a body. And then I'm like, all right, where do we go from here? So I was expecting something to happen, but a massive, catastrophic, hey, never mind, you guys aren't leaving, kind of similar to Toronto in our last Shadowrun campaign. I'm like, I got heavy flashbacks from there. So like that feeling was probably the coolest one of the campaign so far. I'm like, oh crap, how are we gonna get out of this one? So I was like, all right, do we collapse the tunnels? Do we get these nuclear bombs? I'm like, is there like a mother, like that's something I meant to do in the game tonight during our trip, but I forgot to. I wanted to like see if I could look up and then like, is there something like a Zerg overseer, like something hovering, orbiting the planet? I'm like, it's pretty cool. So, and then I've like ice and cold stuff, so being on a completely hoth frozen planet, it's pretty fun.
Winter is the best season.
Well,
It is.
let's hold off on that
Ice
conversation.
and snow and freezing. It's literally my life.
And then yeah, I guess Liv, going into it, I think you've watched every episode so far. Is that correct? Okay. So I guess like coming in with fresh eyes, like how do you feel about this campaign so far, and especially now being part of the cast compared to just a viewer?
It's one, really awesome, and two, it's kind of nice to be getting a little bit of a different feel. It's for Freedom 11, traveling, the universe is the greatest thing ever, but um for an outsider as just Olivia, it's nice, that there's been all the traveling, but getting stuck and really getting to know this one planet. And I mean, it does help that the planet's covered in ice and snow and cold. So
Yeah, I that's why I really like. There's so many things to like about the system. Like the combat, space combat's really cool, and it's its own special thing.
Drift Dragons.
Yes, drift dragons. That's not in any book, in case anyone was wondering.
Jay
But
Bruce special right there.
Yes,
you know
it
it.
is.
You
Throwing
know
my
it.
own flavor.
But
that was a cool RP moment between Denver and
Kali.
Kali. I was gonna say Patra, mixing Patra and Kali. I'm like, this isn't right.
This is
Come
not
on,
the
bro.
name.
Yeah,
Yeah, I agree.
Saying shit. Nope.
They looked at each other. I just imagine like they're just both in like just different chairs looking out. See it? They just look at each other. Nah. Just go back to what they were doing. No, I think that's really, really cool. And it's I mean, compared to like where Hannah started, I mean, yeah, she's someone who doesn't say a whole lot of stuff, but I think she's really opened up out of her shell. She's starting to go and like, hey, I'm gonna go open this lock now. I'm gonna go try to pickpocket this guy, and like, oh, I'm gonna go take our cred sticks back. A lot of subtle adventures just makes me think like, hey, she's very silent because she has a lot of thoughts, but I'm just gonna go do action when I see action that needs to be done and no one else is doing it.
She sees the opportunity and she nails it.
Exactly.
Perfect for sticky fingers.
Yank.
Still convinced she's a spy though.
Yeah, still convinced.
It's proven.
It's proven. You can either be an outlaw or a spy. You can't be both.
Yeah. I almost got Zone of Truth as one of my new spells, but I'm like, let's not.
You have
It'd
to
be
tell me the truth.
hilarious.
Let's not get kicked off the crew.
But yeah, no, I like I said, I think it has a lot to offer. We have, especially now, we've had Cabrat and Avalon. You guys spent some time there, doing a little bit of murder mystery, which is something I haven't really got the chance to mess around with a lot, and that was a really cool learning and new experience for me. To put down different clues and stuff that are hidden throughout the town, and watching people are like, wait, this android is named this one, but that was this one, and just watching all the cogs turn. It's a fantastic experience. And then being stuck on this ice planet and being forced to build renown and really learn what this planet is, what its quirks are. Because you can get a general understanding of oh, I want to search the infosphere and what's this planet about, but getting here, learning the culture, learning what the differences between each pack that runs these 5 different houses, and as funny as the Game of Thrones references were, but it's sort of true. It was just you're literally playing the Game of Thrones where one house rules the rest of them, but there's now a galactic issue that's sort of, hey, this planet could go downwards, and then the whole galaxy does. But then there's also that wonder, hey, we can literally go anywhere in space. Where do we go? Sort of the Guardians of the Galaxy is where do we want to go? I don't freaking know. Press this button. Let's just go. It's just another really cool part about the game that I really, really love. You're not stuck by horse travel or taking a train car or whatever, depending on where your scenario is. But I think it's
for some DMs, the travel is the game too. Rolling randomly on every table for every day. You're oh, do you do something? No, here, no. But when you can travel 3 days and 5 minutes because you're playing a fantasy game and you can go anywhere in the universe, why have that be the main thing? Unless you're in the drift. If you're in the drift, I can definitely understand that.
In the drift, it's its own special, a little special place where it has to be a little awkward. But I mean, I think the one thing I have issue with, with skipping time is you lose a possibility for RP moments. You guys been go. It was nice to sort of have you guys sit around in the hideout, munching on some rations from a trail mix bag and sort of talking through ideas or oh, I don't think this works, and then the Zool sort of intertwining themselves into the conversation. I think it's been a really cool experience as well for it. And there's just so many dang alien races that just sort of fit into places. It's insane. There's just niche little, oh, I need this exact one. Oh, it already exists. Great, thanks. But yeah.
How long has Starfinder been out now? Years.
Yes.
Three?
Starfinder release date, Google says 2017. So August of 2017. So it just turned a little older than 4. And the amount of content that they have is phenomenal.
So much content. Amazing.
ISO.com. Check them out.
They do partner us with us. So
not a sponsor.
Not a sponsor, but a partner. So make sure you guys go check that out. But really, that's about it, guys. Do you guys have any questions for as a player, as a character, that you guys want to ask me or each other? I won't give too much of anything away, especially if it's spoiler heavy. But if you guys have any questions, concerns, how I feel about stuff, feel free to ask. Otherwise, we're getting ready to wrap up here.
Yeah, how do we get off this planet?
I was about to say, are we gonna find any working freaking parts so that Otto and I can fix this ship?
No.
Come on, you already killed Denver. I know you brought him back, but you can't take his ship.
I did take their ship. I did not kill
Their
Denver, though.
Yeah.
They definitely got the radiation poisoning from Ferrex not saying anything. And then I could be the cause of getting bit once or twice, but I can't be held
bad
liable.
rolls.
Right, bad rolls. I mean,
bad rolls.
it's not my fault that Ian doesn't have Constitution. It's not my fault.
Gosh, that's a very important skill.
Yeah, it's very important. I mean, there could very well be parts in Walmart if you guys go and look through rubbish, but who knows what you'll find or who you'll find.
We'll see. Maybe.
Maybe. Who knows? Maybe you guys just live here forever now.
Yeah. Try to
Um,
avoid the giant scarab walking around the city.
yeah, the bug walkers. It's fun.
Mhm.
But otherwise, guys, you guys don't have anything else. I think we're good to go. Thank you guys so much for coming in for the Level Up interview. It's something had really good reviews doing on the last one, and it's something that I find entertaining. So make sure you guys keep around up for that. It will be, if you guys are watching on YouTube, hey, guess what? You found it. It's at the end of the episode. If you're watching on or listening to podcasts, it will be its own separate podcast. It's still going to be underneath the We Run the Stars playlist, but it will be its own separate individual podcast. So make sure you guys keep an eye out for that. Again, 24-hour stream on Saturday. You'll probably see all of us there at one form or another. Goal, $500. Help Riley Children's Hospital. Let's crush it. Like I said, we do have hashtag for the kids. We do have a lot of cool stuff, prizes and stuff like that, incentives. Be around, help the kids. Even if you can't donate, watching the stream, supporting the channel, just like boosting it. If you're a content creator and I reached out to you, just being able to share the stream also goes a very long way. Posting in Discords, all that nonsense. But thank you guys again, and thank you to you two, my wonderful cast members, not only for playing tonight, but also for doing this interview, especially Matt, because I asked you today or yesterday. I don't know. Days are weird. But thank you guys, and we will see you guys Saturday for more We Run the Stars. Have a good night, guys.
Bye.
Bye.